to on the international stage.
Go.
Back-to-back third-place finishes from that point onwards, and so G2
Both these comps,
again,
I mean,
shuffling the deck before the next stage of play.
It's just the type of tournament, right?
Stage.
You can never have a normal comp.
It's just a low buy. In fact, G2 haven't
You are
spent a
forced to
single
have at
penny
least
on
3
upgrading any of the
duelists.
weaponry.
You can have 5,
It's a
but
C-site take which they make, and you know, sometimes with the 3 duelists, you just have to respect
you always
this.
need to
So
sacrifice something.
Falcons giving it up in its entirety. At the very least, a spike plant, but as time drags on, it gets more and more dangerous, Billy. And oh my Lord,
God.
the classics. Never
Oh
mind.
my God. Wait up.
G2 are in it to win it now with numbers and upgrades. Akita holding on to the
Oh
Bulldog.
my God, no way.
She holds on to this round itself, looking like an immediate equalizer from G2. Falcons failing
God,
to
let's
capitalize on any early momentum.
There's no way she
Sparing
gets it.
heroics from an
Nice.
Airy, which are denied at the
How
gate.
do the rules work
50
here?
rounds in
There's only one
response.
rule.
A perfect way
You
to
are,
retaliate
both
if you're G2.
teams
And this is something that
need
we've
to
seen from
pick
a lot of the
at
games
least
so far
3
this tournament
duelists.
has
At
us.
least.
The
They can
rounds
play
can be so
5, 3,
flip-floppy,
4, but they
especially
need to have
in
at
those
least
equal
3.
rounds.
But up until now, it was only
In terms
Nello.
of that Bucky that I highlighted, well, it's on C right now and already
Nice
taken
shot.
out by Vanya. So a little bit of space and
Goddamn.
G2
She shot it in the arm.
elsewhere.
And is this A site that we're starting to look
Wait.
towards getting some of that A rubble control here?
So as far as I understand,
Akita
in the
just
normal
running in and looking
format,
to find some
Yeah.
form of
Lotus is
space.
already very
It is
attack
just a
sided.
player
So in
deposit, and
this
the fact
format,
that
I would assume that
We do see Alexa
for us to have a good
repossess
half, we need
the
like
Bucky
10
on
rounds.
C.
Here.
With a blast pack,
I didn't
you know,
realize
if
Akita
push
was
comes to
French. Yeah, she
shove,
is.
maybe a chance to make things a little difficult for G2 getting the spike down, but right now Falcons not
Oh,
in the
she's
best
so
of
blind.
positions to be contending. And
Nice.
the utility
Good
backside's
utility.
perfect for Akita. Full capitalization, things
Select
look
a new
little
bundle.
bit daunting there for
I
the
have to
moment.
say, I don't really play Valorant,
Falcons
so
have
I
been
don't
backhanded away
often
from this C-hold, and
check the
Akita
store, so I don't know what's the
hunting for
new
those
bundle.
final couple of players.
I like the
is
G2
denied,
bundle,
but
though.
The rest of G2 should be able to close.
Let's go,
out
guys.
comfortably
Let's
at
go.
Falcons
Okay,
right
so we
now,
should
just
get
assume
the
that
site
is
for
fully
free here.
compromised as the spike makes
Oh.
its way in. Mimi confirms
She doesn't
it.
know. Oh, it's a
Who's
free
this
kill.
on the
Oh,
road?
no.
Just hanging around to see if she could maybe get one there.
Oh, if they pick again, it's
Before
over
the
now.
retake is set in motion as Falcons need this one desperately.
Oh,
G2
man.
off the back of a pistol round loss now with a chance to really keep that momentum rolling forwards for them. First point of contact
Is it
is
related
Vanya,
to
still
VCT game
loitering
changers,
around
like who won,
in the
have
lower
advantage?
position,
No,
and
no, no,
Nello,
no,
in
no.
fact,
It's
is
a
gonna get dropped
completely different
first. Quick
thing.
double from G2, but Falcons have an equivalent exchange. G2 on the back foot now, playing from tree.
Nice.
Mimi with the ghost.
Get her, Mimi.
Forced to peek
Ah,
out
nice
with
try.
the tap of
Okay,
the spike.
Amy still
and
has
Amy's
it.
position not yet
She has a
noted means
nasty
there's still a
flank.
chance. And there certainly isn't time for Falcons. Oh,
Very
Alexi
nice,
can't
Amy.
do a single thing. Amy has it caught. It's a clutch.
It was
which
so
keeps
nice
them
to
going.
win that, because now they are broke again.
You have
Okay,
the
let's go.
guns. I know that
They are broke again.
some
Let's
of the
not
FlyQuest
die to the eco,
staff
por
in the
favor.
venue were
I
saying,
beg.
oh, you know, the most difficult rounds
When
to
it's
get
game
past the
changers,
Falcons
split
are
2
these ecos
starts
with the
towards the
Sheriffs.
end of the
Definitely.
month. This month.
Let's see if that
So,
one
not too long.
stands up to
Oh, yo.
what
Kill,
was
kill,
promised.
kill!
I have to say, Akita made it a little bit difficult. Can't quite
Ay,
land
ay,
the
ay,
overdrive. Odds skewed
Nice.
against Mary as Nello confirms yet another kill contract delivered.
Okay, let's not lose too many weapons
Look at
here.
this
Oh
flank
my
coming
god,
in
or
from
lose the round
Falcons.
actually.
Yeah, this one has caught G2 a little bit blindsided. 2 players in sand, Seekers coming out, just
They
thinning
have no
the herd.
weapons though. They weren't
Full
able to
flashed
get
Amy
weapons.
isn't a dead one. The support is there, but Camus still going against the grain, against the Gozen.
Oh my
Triple kill
God.
from Camus,
Shots.
but the round isn't yet done. Onto the shoulders of Mimi, capable in the clutch, the
Oh
captain.
my god.
With little
Come on,
HP
Mimi.
left to her name, only one body shot from Madvi would suffice.
Really good
but simply
movement. Not
time
giving
is
her the
not
fight.
on her side. It's a
Ouch.
headshot from Madvi, and oh,
She had time?
she's got it. Falcons somehow.
They do
It's
have
those
time,
Sheriffs
holy.
again.
Ay ay ay.
And that's something that you were mentioning just there, Hazza. You know, these
Gozen and
Sheriffs,
anti-ecos.
definitely something
GG.
to be.
Who are
Could
you?
drop
My name is
outside
Bruno.
of a
Usually
lobby,
I'm
and that's what you're about to see
on the
here as the
stream.
barriers go up into
Just
what
a
feels
viewer.
like the full,
Like no one else
one of
could
the
do the
first
watch
full
party,
rifle
so
rounds
I
that we've
did
seen
it.
since that retake on the same side of the map. The nade comes in a little bit late, so this early control will be with the attack.
Mighty Dorian.
This time.
Thank you
though.
very much
G2
for your
just so
resub,
cautious
Twitch
of
Prime.
those 2 players that were playing in
4
that
months.
pocket
Thank you,
previously, but it's
welcome back.
Alexi that's hidden away in tree, manages to pick up one.
And Eri is here to follow it up as
Oh
well.
my
and
god,
Eri
they are
gets
shooting.
a double, and that might just be the A-site hold in the bag. While all this is happening, Nello in the ult
Very
means
good,
that
Nello.
she's brought away from the
Come on.
action. Fortunately enough for her, Amy has held on to the space, but hanging
Okay.
on to life itself.
1v2.
She'll finally have
It's
to let
doable.
go.
She's full HP. Wait,
Spike
she's not.
sitting
She's full HP. Okay.
On the back of the French woman, but there's a double peek coming in. Can she hold on to it? First kill good. 7 bullets.
She's 10 HP.
Time to reposition, but Nello calls the bluff. She's waiting
Nice
for
try.
Mary. Yet the opposite number will claim, and so
Mary.
Falcons have their equalizer. Mary emptying her pockets in
Oh,
defense
so-
of this B site.
so-
As G2 don't have the best of guns. It's the Stinger leading the charge. Akita into
Oh my
Hobbit, but
gosh.
dropped very quickly. Showstopper back
Needed
through the
way more
smoke,
than
but
that.
searching in the dark finds nothing, and G2 look elsewhere.
From the shadows, going to be utilised over towards that A heaven, and Nello's good for one, peeking
Okay,
out
Nello.
upstairs there.
And now the map has flipped. The cartographer has swapped
lost the
around
spike.
the sheets, and Mary, finding that one, has a really strong position. There's a
Oh my
flare
god, let's
coming
go,
in
Mary.
the form of
Mary.
Kamiyu.
Nello, I mean.
But Nello hasn't missed a shot so far with that Sheriff in hand.
Okay, Vanya has a weapon. It's winnable.
3-on-3 situation, and G2 finally looking to try and re-engage with noise cut, and Mary has to go searching.
Go!
Upon collecting that information,
2v1.
it is a scary realization
Now it's our
that
time
G2
to
now have numbers.
equal them back. Come
Mad
on.
V, another captain asked for a clutch. Spike not yet
30
within her
seconds
view
We
as
don't
G2
have the
regroup
spike
to
yet.
try and
I'm not
re-clear.
sure if she knows that.
Positioning changes up, and the
Nice.
result is the same. G2 have their
Oh my
answer,
god.
and yet again, it's the low buy that prevails.
And I think I've already highlighted
So-
it as well, but we see that
We
happening
lost
so
the
much
eco, and then they lost
in
the
this
eco.
tournament.
Missed.
Okay, let's go.
Right
She's
now,
so
G2
blind. I
fighting
mean,
for one of
there's no
those
way,
ultimate
right?
orbs. Outside of C, a flash
Okay.
canary is finally a dead one, but Vanya
Ay, ay, ay.
is 10 steps ahead of play, and unfortunately, in Instalock, that doesn't really
20
mean
HP
anything
with a
because
pistol.
She's been shut down on the C
Unlosable.
site,
Okay.
but Nello in the ISO ult. Need I say more?
Yeah, we highlighted it coming into this round, and it is of course going to be used. Falcons
I am not
now
casting. I'm not casting. That's why we have casters, because I'm not a
forced to
caster.
kind of re-clear that C
Otherwise,
space,
we
but
would be
G2
watching the
again
clean
just
feed.
completely slowing the pace down after that initial
just
aggression,
here to
which is
cheer
something that
for
they do so
G2.
well in this mid round.
It's where they won a lot on Icebox when these two played, I think. Just a constant information battle, a war of attrition, which Falcons are beginning
Okay,
to
I like that
engage
we are
in.
playing a bit slower now, instead of just
Flank
running
setup, two
into
players strong,
sheriffs and getting one tap.
arriving at quite the
Spike
pace.
planted.
G2, the potential
I'm a
for them to get
cheerleader.
caught out
Yeah,
by
that's what
this
I am.
again
Oh, this has to be a
Sits
free
on
kill
Amy.
at least.
to receive the response from Falcons. And
Okay.
it's not the most glowing of reviews that you give. Alexi
Oh
with a
my
trade,
god.
and Mad V is
The
right there in
sheriffs
it.
are so
Dog
crazy.
coming out now for info. Over the head of Mimi on site. So she won't
I don't
remain
think she
stunned.
saw Mimi
The
at
Seekers
all.
are available and still in play. Falcons can choose to
Nope,
use it, but
she
Mad
did
V wants to
not.
go in dry instead. And with that, there's a crossfire set up. The guillotine pose to be dropped over
Very
the head of
nice.
Alexi. And it is
God, I was
Akita,
scared for a
of course.
second.
G2 on the other side.
This
would have
is
picked the fade,
definitely
I
not a
think,
for
because of
fun
the Nightfall.
tournament. There's a
How valuable that could be.
pretty
So
nice
definitely
prize
factors to
pool,
consider coming
and the
into
winner
this.
of this tournament
G2 will
gets
be aware
invited
of it.
for a tournament in New York in November.
Alexi's op
Home
not yet
ground.
revealed.
So it's definitely
Hearing a whole lot of steps on the other side.
a serious tournament.
To just build on what I was saying about those timeouts, Mimi very complimentary of Drew being able to see a couple of steps ahead.
Yeah, for sure. It's no joke.
His strong suit as a coach, the question is...
Especially for girls that have don't
are you
have
ready
as
for
much
this one? I mean, she's
opportunity
out
to
the
play in
open and
LAN.
Alexi's looking to peek it, shoulder spotted.
Being able to have
Nothing
extra
given.
2 tournaments in LAN in a year, it's quite nice.
And it is an abnormal smoke put down
What
on
tournament
C
in New
there.
York?
The Lux smoke.
It would
You have
be
to,
home
you know,
ground,
question what's going
like
on
the
there.
one we
That's
played
it.
last year, and we won actually.
But again, it's this pressure
this time
towards
would be
A that
no
we
New
see.
York.
And it's the exact same that you say about that smoke is for the fast lane here as well. From Akita, just trying to sell some pressure. There are 2 G2 players on the A side of the map. One of them's going to get caught in the kill contract, but the other, Vanya, finding value.
Let's
That's
go.
Iniri, knocked down on B. Mary winning
Dude,
out
what the
against
hell
the
is
ISO
Mary
for the first
doing?
time in the mirror matchup with
Just
inside the ult. but
spamming
G2
bodies
have the beat
every
control,
time
and they
she
can set
can.
up post now.
That
What
Sky
is she
ultimate is going to
doing?
come into play, which allows Falcons to start
It
coming
is
in on
strange
that
for
attack.
sure.
And it's the pressure from the backside that G2 have to be worried about. B main now compromised and
I don't know
looking
why
for
she's so
an
mad.
outlet.
Is it
Amy
because
in
we
towards
beat them
Hobbit. One
2-0
player here is
yesterday?
Mary, a dead woman. And with that now, a 2 versus 3. A sticky situation, and it's all on Amy. She can't
Nice
stand
try.
the task. Falcons do respond. It's a 4th from the timeout. Exactly what they needed.
Yeah, especially against the former team.
What duelists you bring, but what do you then prioritize where you don't have that obligation? And for
Yeah,
what
I mean,
Lotus
she's trying
requires, it is a lot of clearing
get things a
utility.
bit more
So already
spicy. I
the
guess
horn
that's
coming out
fair.
from Amy,
Yeah.
confirming there are players here, but that's where you need it.
Oh,
Akita flies
they're
in
playing
with the
so
bucket.
fast.
Great opening kill, but how much more can she find? G2
Oh.
still not with the best of guns, so
man.
it's the overdrive
I
that
mean,
you're
we
hoping
did get the
could be
plant at
finding
least,
something.
which is quite nice.
With that beam of light searching the darkness, it finds
Ooh,
nothing.
can we get one?
Still an
Very
optimal
nice
back
shot.
on though, so things do get better. G2 with numbers, here's the
Oh
bucket
my
again.
god, are we actually
Mello
winning
finding
this?
another, and before our very eyes it looks like another thrifty round conversion. Amy looking for a little bit more, but that search gets cut short. Mary still good for it, but Akita
Go
won't
Akita,
stop
show
going,
Mary what's up.
showing she is the one worthy to wear the G2 jersey, and in their colours now coming
That's
to
a
her
save,
own.
100%. Just hunt.
Madvi has to give this one up. There's no time left. That rifle is best saved.
Alright.
As yet again, the team with less
well.
money coming in
Nice.
is the one who
Very
has
nice.
the better state of
They
it.
do that, it's just a question of whether or not they decide to use them. I mean, Showstopper and of course the Neon Overdrive could be
I mean, I
utilized,
think-
and in saying
I
that,
think,
they are going to be. It's a very heavy push down from
I
C main,
think,
and they've just completely flipped the map yet again.
Falcons to
This
pick
aggro
the first
play,
map
explosive
because
look towards C, the
we come
showstopper
from
coming out
upper
the woodworks.
bracket, so we have
Everything but
both
the kitchen
bans.
sink thrown
So
at
we
G2,
ban both
yet
maps.
Still, they're able to
They
fight
have
this
no
one up. In
bans.
fact, that's the spike on Amy's back. They all want a little bit of this action
go.
in A lobby.
Keep it flawless.
And why wouldn't you?
Very nice.
Amy finding a triple. G2 continuing this default, but with the advanced positioning of Madvi, she should be hearing some of these steps.
Are we flashing that? Are we
I've
dogging
seen this
that?
before.
We are
Does
dogging
it clear it?
that.
Okay, sure. At times
Yeah, we
that
are not
Prowler
pushing
just
there,
sort of
for
bends
sure.
around where the player is if they're close, and so information traded. Falcon should know this is an A piece.
But that's the thing, they are aware of this. They've already got 3 players towards this. Site has
1
well
HP,
pulled
she's
it down,
one.
and it is
Oh
actually
my
already
god,
going
that
to
was
be
a
going in
disaster.
Falcon's way. Amy left all on her own, fighting whoever she can, and she does good
do
to
some
isolate the
damage.
first fight.
Economical
Low
damage.
HP
Oh, she's so
on
dead.
Ineri, but it's going to be the shorty that's taken to Amy's. Falcon's just looking to contact
really,
all the way
really
up
need this
into
pistol
B,
here.
of course.
Oh.
Mary seeing what she can
Very
find
good
on
shot.
A, but is very quickly dropped down by Vanya.
Great confidence from G2,
Yeah.
disrespecting the smoke, second phase
Play
of the round,
retake,
initial
but we play
utility
with
gone.
+1 players, which
So they
which
take
is kind of
the A
nice.
space. In the meantime, though, as you mentioned, Falcons looking towards Waterfall, trying to set the post plant up from here. Only issue is there's no main presence, there's no second layer. So Madvi now making this lurk towards upper is something that we'll have to keep tabs on if they want to try and win out
Okay.
the round. Time is ticking low. G2 burning the wick at both ends. The defuse needs to
Oh
get
my
into
god, I
motion.
feel like
and
that
those
ISO
first couple of
shield
kills might
on
just be the
pistols
catalyst.
is just so
now
OP.
taking that dual head on, and
Oh,
Eri
no.
with 2 kills back. The flank has been cut out. It is on both sides of the smoke that we look to
Hold,
this
hold,
duel
hold.
being
Okay, we got
around
F.
the cider. Mimi trying to stick it out fully, has got half,
Nice.
can't take her off it, and Neri there, late round, but G2 will stand
I think we
up
played
and be
this
counted
retake
in their
really
numbers.
well.
Well, something to note, both defender sides have won their pistols.
Yeah, but it's just better
I
to
remember how
go
that
next
second
with a
round
full
went
line,
though
no?
for Falcons. G2 hoping they won't fall foul to more of the same. Those sheriffs have already made themselves known outside of the C
Alright.
site, Sand. The turn of the door keeps those 2 defenders on B as well. G2 knowing that they must station bodies to account for multiple
Wait, what does
lanes.
Vanya have?
With the early ground
Vanya has
taken
a
by
shotgun.
Falcons, they now
Has to
look
be
to
a-
try and
oh,
walk
and
it
we
in.
got-
But to the
why
judge
is
they
the
go.
spike
To the
going in
slaughter.
first?
A couple for Vanya. Mimi's involvement cut short, but work done as far as G2 are concerned. It's now the cleanup
my
crew
God, don't.
that just look to
Alright.
send it to a 9th.
Waiting to see if any of Falcons will come back, but in fact it is actually that
This
A site
position
that they're
from
going to
Vanya is
commit.
nasty here.
It's Vanya's judge once again to be tested. First line. And it
Oh
will
my
not
god, there's no
falter.
way!
Vanya at the double and Amy for good measure.
no,
It's one with the sheriff,
Okay,
but here's
okay.
Mary.
She's 17 HP,
17
please.
points of health. We've already seen her have impact, but you're asking for a whole lot more in a round like this.
Oh no, it's Nello on the Guardian. This could be
make
bad.
all the difference in terms
could
of
be
the
bad.
round count. They need this
We all seen it.
to stay in Lotus right now. It feels their own map selection.
Okay.
It's Mimi on the other side, her former captain,
please
helping
get a
the
weapon,
cross.
Mimi.
Nello with her, but a couple steps ahead.
Why so
That's
slow?
where Mary gets the punish. First kill picked up, and with the oh, it's gonna miss. That was the equalizer. The chance for a better HP.
Oh
and
my
perhaps
god, no
favourable
way.
terms to win
Nello,
the battle.
please.
Mary's waiting for her chance to strike, and of course goes and go down at her hands.
Why does Nello not follow Mimi when Mimi was swinging?
Now she looks to make them rue their mistake, perhaps.
If we won that round, they would be so broke right here.
Hello, opening pick. It's an
Would be
area
like
that goes
11
down this
rounds.
time. G2 not taking things
my
lightly.
God.
Mary still active, but finally silenced. And for just a moment, G2 having the numbers. It's another player taken out, but what? Oh, Alexi winning that one onto Mimi is huge, and all advantage lost in an instant. The spike will be recollected, and it's a retake for Vanya this time.
At least I don't
timing
think they know
there
where
was
Vanya
so
is at all,
rough.
so...
For G2. The
a
second you
chance.
look away, Alexi's able to get you, and it really is just left on Vanya to
Oh, don't
be able to try
tell
and get
them
this
where
one
you
out. She
are.
does have the dimensional drift available to her should she want to find out where
I don't
these two
think
players
shield's
are
here.
sitting. Information gathered.
A little bit of everything on Vanya's utility
no,
belt, but now
now
that
they know where
position
she's
is known,
coming
and there's
from.
no faking about
Nice try,
it.
nice try.
Alexi holding it down. A triple kill from her. It goes 4 on 4.
But look at how much space
She,
and
I
been
mean,
able
she
to
had
get on
nowhere,
that A
no other
side.
way to TP to, so she had to go there. It was just unlucky that she missed the nade and still got the
Falcons look
damage.
to direct their attention elsewhere. But in the meantime, G2, they're all over this. They're completely aware that we've left a gap open on air.
Okay.
We need to re-clear everything.
So now we
G2
are
have got black
on
and
A.
red shirts all over the shop. They're
We
ready
have
to
to
defend
read
this
that they
A
are
site
coming
with their
here.
lives. The weapons might not be the best, but
if
on
we
the
get better
angle,
weapons there.
headshot height, Amy hoping
Okay,
for a
let's
little
go,
more.
Akita.
Akita doing it with only a ghost.
They are doing
Still
what they can, I
2v3.
guess.
With 20 seconds or so, the spike goes in. It's a long rotation for Vanya, but she has the ult if she chooses to use it.
Yes, it is exclamation
just
mark
out.
rules.
This is rigged from the start if you're Mimi. Mad V in front of the smoke. Doesn't need to call anything here, just pull the trigger. And the IGL
Yeah,
on the
the
opposite
shotgun.
side is relieved of her duties. Vanya, the last player left, Bucky in hand, and look, combined with the ult, there's a world where this could have been favourable for her to at least find a kill on the way back in, but with no teammates to support, nothing of the sort. Falcons make this a one-round game.
Oh, I think she's dying.
And you have to wonder how Mimi stayed alive for that length of time, being the very first player to, of course, take so much damage.
Timeout concludes. The barriers are going to drop on A, and it's a total brawl in the gun round. Akita, first line
Nice,
of defense,
Akita.
and she's not
Spam
going to
that
miss.
smoke.
Not up
Nice.
close, and not through a smoke either. It's a double entry to start. So A looks under wraps.
And that initial vulnerable coming out from Nello, allowing Akita
Yeah, Kapow,
to
you're
be able
just
to take that
completely
A
unaware.
rubble
You have
space
no
was
idea
so
of what you're
nice,
saying. I'm
Falcons Vega
sorry,
looking to
but
divert
it's
their
just the
attention
truth.
towards
You're
B, and it's
just
that prowler
clueless,
that's
really.
just going to miss out on the timing of this.
But, I mean,
G2
you're free
still
to have your opinion.
cognizant
It's
of
all
the
good.
fact there could be players here, and those suspicions are confirmed.
Okay.
Util comes out the woodwork. Nello blinded from the angle, but Mimi just looking for a timing. Despite going in, this might be a double reveal. Oh, it was beautiful, but no!
Nice,
Doesn't get
we needed
anything.
that.
Actually, it's the rest of G2 that confirm it instead. With that being yet another consistent factor, the call is C this time,
Nice
but it's
shot.
into Vanya's op they go, and the second time of asking, she has the kill, but at the cost of the site.
Gotta go. Spike will go down, and it's actually the position here of Cameo that we need to be conscious of. Look at this triple flank coming in from
Okay,
G2.
let's
Gozen
please
won't
not-
be able to TP
not
out, but
lose too many
very
weapons
quickly
to this.
shut
We're
down
kind
from
of run-
Akita. In the meantime,
Ouch.
Vanya's been able to
Oh
pick
my
up
God.
one with the
We
ult,
are
but it's
so
actually
good with the
Mad
sheriffs
V
as well.
that's doing wonders on the site.
Letting the gun do the talking. Mary partnered up
we are
inside
so
the smoke.
fast.
It's the Mena duo. The flag
Oh
bearers
my
for the
God.
Falcons side. And with the ult confirming Mimi's position, it's Mad V at the very least that should be the safe pair of hands that ends it. Mary's got her covered. It's a thrifty round conversion.
Well
a
played by
costly
them.
one for G2. in
That's
again.
why we send the
Vanya
up first.
forced to
So
just
she
give this
dies
one up and
and
play retake,
the
but we
Vandal
have a
can
heavy
trade,
flank
but
coming in
just get
from the defenders, one which Alexi is acutely
just
aware
get
of.
double killed.
Paint shells coming out. It's well supported, and Nikita blinded, betrayed by her own captain's flash. So Falcons now seemingly set up for success. It's one back in the
Try to
conversation.
do some economical
Small
damage.
talk as far as Falcons are concerned.
Maybe
Camu
one more
claiming
kill.
yet another. How
Good
many
job.
more for
Let's go.
Mimi? Not enough is your answer. 10 all.
Your trail. This from the shadows could be everything.
That's-
Vanya does decide to
what we
cancel. I
think.
mean, Camu could have easily stuck that, obviously unaware that Vanya had the op there, but
I am not
Hazard,
sure why
look how
we
quickly
give
this
them
is
that
coming in now.
advantage, but
Look, we've seen Vanya
did.
play that position many times before. You ain't Omen ulting behind her. That's what she does to you.
okay.
And
It's
so
gonna
with
be
it
hard
going
to
post-plant
retake here.
5v5, the only ult in play is Amy's, the Nightfall. Could be huge
Like
for
they
the
know
retake
we are not
already
coming
set
from-
in motion. 3 players caught inside and the Terror trails,
Okay.
tie them down. Forward
we
goes
need to win
Akita, but
this.
forward
Okay.
she falls into the ground as G2 responds.
We are all over the
Kill
point.
Contract online. Who does it take? It's Alexi with
It's
the op.
Alexi.
And so MadV is left out in no man's land with only a single point of Alexi, what? Defuse
Bro.
coming in, MadV! Oh my lord!
Cannot
How
be
Falcons
losing
won
this
that!
1v1s. We can't.
Little extra support for Vanya. She's going to get left
Okay.
over there solo, and so to A.
Kinda have the
again,
read
there is
that
no
they are
main
going
presence.
towards A. We have a lot of people on A.
From Falcons at least, you've got Amy
they're
posted
going
up
back.
on B. So any
Oh.
kind of a late movement would be laboured.
Nice shot by
With
Aneri.
Akita taken down in the stairwell. Falcons now feeling with numbers on their side. This is the play they want to go for. They are going to hit the B site, and G2 are well prepared for this. The showstopper going off without a hitch, but Amy's only got the Sheriff, and so it doesn't quite live up to the expectation.
Yeah, this one's gonna
These
be
pistols
very
just
hard.
trying to stave off anything from Falcons, but with Hobbit control under the green banner, it's the op and Vandal, the upgraded weapons that make all of the difference.
Tough one for Vanya to be able to get back into. With only a Sheriff in hand.
I mean, hating on
And it's a tough pill to
Akita is
swallow for
crazy.
G2
She has
because
been
you
having a
just
crazy
stick the pencil
tournament
in
so
the
far.
tape, give
I
it
think
a
she's doing so
rewind.
good.
Most of the viewers at home won't even know what a tape is, but you get the point, right? You've barely had a moment to digest what has just happened.
I mean, yeah, like how are you supposed to
It is
recover from
Vanya
the
not
round
supposed to
prior
die?
to then have to light buy into
Okay,
this
well,
one?
she dies there.
I mean,
Never mind.
G2, and of course, this 3 kind of towards a site. I mean, that spam is
That
just
spam is criminal.
Yeah.
hoping to get something, and it does do a bit of damage, but it's very quickly healed up with that Sky utility.
It was MadV
It's gonna be
taking
a-
the orb. Mary gets all the damage,
Okay,
and
they are
MadV's
going
like,
back.
I am so sorry. Here's a heal. Like, so at the very least, Falcons.
I wonder
getting
how
the
they would have
HP
reacted
back,
if
but
Vanya
no
actually
shields
ulted there.
on Mary. Does still have, or no, doesn't have the double tap available. Sorry.
Oh no, and now we wasted the ults
So,
because
yeah,
we're
those
not gonna
first
see
couple of
anything. I mean, I
dominoes
guess we get to see that it's on
dropping
C.
over and setting the round in motion. Vanya looking outside of A. Early dimensional drift used. One less thing to think
Like
about.
we're just gonna
in
be a
this
little bit too
post-plant
late.
if you're Falcons. Getting closer and closer to the finish line now.
Get a nice
Zaneri
flash here.
wants to sprint over the line. She
Okay.
looks for the fight in towards Spawn. Nello, quick trade, but Camu is there.
Oh, does she
Putting
know
her
about
foot
Mimi
down,
though?
Looking for more. Does she clear the left corner?
Does she know about Mimi though? Oh,
Mimi
Mimi
is just
get the-
waiting for the beat,
Ah,
but it's
how is
Camu.
Mimi not picking
And sold
first?
down the river is Akita. Mimi can't stand
No.
up to the task. Falcons all of a sudden have numbers, and in post-plant, that's a problem. Winning from this situation multiple times already, and with no smoke, no way to cloak the positions that they currently sit in, they might just be screwed. Peeking around the corner, it's Camus
GG.
again, looking for the quad to end it all out, and
GG.
she does. 13 to 10.
Well played
Yeah,
by
in
them,
Red Bull
not so
Instalock,
well
and
played by
it's
us.
obviously not the way that they
It
want
was
to be starting
deserved.
this grand final.
We really need to win
Make
this
the
game.
right steps towards defending their crown at Red Bull Instalock.
Had a fun
Onto
IRL
the
stream at a
C-site early.
Pokemon
Falcons
venue.
from the attack.
That sounds a lot of
Not
fun. I
waiting a
love
single
Pokemon.
moment to get this one underway.
I
They
wish we
feel
had more
momentum at
Pokemon
their
events
back.
in Portugal.
The wind in their wings. Falcons
Aye, aye,
finding
aye.
4 players on site,
Not good.
leaving Amy to do it all solo.
Not good.
Spike planted.
And it's a big ask. Coming in here in a 1v4 for Amy. Look at the double stack up as well on logs. I mean, Falcons, they're all
Let's
over
go,
it
let's
in
go.
that post ban.
with no upfront investment from G2 on the
we got a
second
good
round.
read, at least. They are coming into a stack.
Falcons could find themselves
Oh.
in the beehive, walking straight into the stack. With Amy stunned backside, it's only the first.
They don't really get a lot of information
Falcons
from
don't
that.
have too much of an idea. The reaction has been made towards the sewers. Vanya,
I would
the
like
first
to
of
see
those
a couple
players to
kills,
show up.
but it's all
There's
good.
plenty more where that came from. Akita, just the one. And so with that, we are brought right
no
back
idea
down
about
to
Mimi.
earth.
Mimi could have a timing here for a kill or so.
V seems to have the right idea though. Oh, Mimi still winning the duel, but yeah, that's a costly one for Falcons. Building on that now, coming into the bonus. Ooh, it's an early Angel
missed 2 kills for free. Okay.
But the focus right now has to be this pack of 3 players walking up in garage.
Let's not get aggressive
it's Vanya
here.
on the other side with only a Vandal spraying into the pack. A target-rich environment. She's just going to go down. And so Falcons now a player to the good and with the C site open.
Okay, good job, Mimi.
Yeah, the C site's
Okay,
completely
3v3.
free for them to take
They
here,
have good
Hazan.
weapons.
It's going to be a long flank coming in
it's
from
gonna
Mimi
be,
as well.
yeah,
Just
it's gonna be a
clear
long
out
flank
any
by Mimi.
space for potential lurks.
That's the question. Is she going to even elect for it? I think you just want to clear garage from both ends at this point in time and make sure that the rest of G2 Gozen are supported.
Now they have a good smoke. Now they have a good
the paranoia to
flash.
come in, but there's an equal response from Falcons, push and pull, and
they have
as
a
it stands
resmoke.
in this 3-on-3, well, you wouldn't really favour them from this position. Dashing across, Akita gets no info, Mary gets them all.
Well played by them.
To close,
Once
and
again.
that's a big bonus round win for Falcons.
It's just a question of whether or not they realise that Vanya could be pushed up in window, and look at this.
Yeah.
Potentially
Vanya
some
might
support
get one
coming in
here.
from Akita too.
Oh, the
It's a
timing.
huge timing to take. Vanya knew that at some point in the round, with all of the info cold, she needed to make the move and find out what exactly is going on, and G2 now have an idea.
Actually moved quite fast.
The
They will need to rush
set
through
up on A this
smokes.
time. The anchor
scary
removed
for
as
them, I
Mimi
think.
is gone from the default spot, and Mary the one again to do it to her. Nella with the first sheriff shot. There are so many G2 players here. This could get scary. Falcons need a safe pair of hands, and it comes in the form of Camille. Rifle,
Not
pistol,
ideal, not
matters
ideal.
not. Falcons on spot and ready for this 4th round.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Akita to be able to pick up anything here and
the push from
it's gonna be
Vanya.
completely.
To the mid-duel, Vanya fighting. Mad V
3v3.
winning. 2 headshots in 2 seconds or less. And it's onto a 3-on-3, and that's where the defense finds itself stretched thin again on Haven.
No, it's just this tournament specifically. It's just a quirk of the tournament where people need to pick at least 3 duelists. They can play 4 or 5, but at least they need to pick 3.
Yet to go down.
It's actually just a tap from Mary. She is the spike carrier, but the furthest player forwards, finally dropping back. Mimi's paranoia comes in. It's earlier this time.
It's not
G2
ass, it's
straight
just
in there, chomping at the bit.
make it
Akita,
a
the
bit
first to draw
different.
blood
I
as
mean,
that
I
loss
don't hate it.
continues. First player picked up, Mad V around the corner. Akita
Very nice, we
on a
really
tear.
need this round.
And with Amy right by her
we are back.
side. Facility usage has been spot on, of course. Big shoes to fill for G2. Akita
Very nice
doing
shot.
that on this round, off in hand.
Oh my gosh.
There's nowhere to look. The ult was the one revealed. And so the rest
Cameo
of
is 30
Falcons do
HP.
their job. They find the shots, and G2 with half as many members left into yet another Sorrow retake.
Let's check in the left.
First player down. As good as it's been from her, it gets no better.
I
It
think
has
we
to
just
be
saved
Mimi
Mimi now.
to succeed where her teammates couldn't. Camille is the first of those players,
right.
but it's Mad V firing on all cylinders. And as the sole defender, the custodian of this A site. Oh, just goes straight through the ISO. And
Okay,
even
Akita.
better. Gorgeous
Hold
play
on.
from Akita. The immensity staying at an all-time high. As G2
Oh my God, she can
wanted
get
an
one more,
endurance
I
match,
believe.
it seems like
Oh
she's got
my
the
God,
stamina
are we
to boot, and
flawless
with
in
Nello
that?
by her side, the
Okay,
two
never mind,
are
no
unstoppable.
flawless, but
Alexi, the final player, with Mimi closing
she's
in.
not going anywhere. Mimi has the choke.
G2 still not on any of these upgrades, though.
Yeah, we need to grab some weapons ASAP. This is not over.
That A lobby aggression at the very start of that
Akita
round
is
has
picking
something
with the
that we've
knives,
not
though.
really seen too much of in this map so far. It is
She's
possible
not darting
for Alexi
anything.
to be able to get back into this round. Amy just trying to jump peek.
There's no way she checks right.
It's a question of whether or not Akita gets cleared,
Yep.
and she is going to be able to
Grab
close
weapons,
it out
girls.
with that
No
3K.
fist pumping.
Those
Grab
first
weapons.
two kills,
Let's go.
Hazel, were just
On a brand new roster, at this level, G2 need more heroics. If that's to be the case, but the only one in the server right now is Aneri.
gosh.
Lightning in a bottle. First kill picked up by Vanya, equal to it.
Let's go, Amy.
G2 looking to hold
Shoot
on
up.
to the C site in proxy through the ults invested. Player that ends
Vanya.
up getting
Oh, it's
caught
at
is
the
Nello
up.
diving in front. No, it's
so
Vanya
dead.
in fact, it's the AWP, and it's taken out by Mary. So numbers for Falcons, and a little bit of time to reset. Doesn't last long. Nikita's right back in the mix.
Still
Still
winnable
hanging
if
on
we
by
get
thread
a
here. G2
pick.
Recon
So.
not fully revealing the position
Okay.
of Mary, but Amy will walk forward on the
Oh, we don't know
warpath.
about-
Amy again, but Mary
we don't know
overlooked.
about
And
Mary.
without that deep clear, they don't have the most important detail of the round.
initial contact being made now as they just
Okay, I
decide
guess
to
we're just
explode out
going
onto
full
the site.
retake.
It's crazy after the pause as well that we go into a B play from Falcons, something that we've just not seen so far after building on that conditioning that they'd already set up on A. It's that double flank of duelists that you were talking about coming in from G2. Multiple hits at the map.
Oh my gosh, she actually got baited by the
hook
clone.
line and sinker, and so that's Vanya getting her foot in the door.
We need to kind of
Time now begins
start
to become
moving.
an issue as Falcons are holed up on the site itself, and there's so many angles to clear, so that flank could fall foul.
Vanya.
Vanya again,
Trade,
cracks
trade.
the whip. Second kill picked up, but Alexi has a
man.
double of her own. 3-on-3 and time is ticking. G2
Okay.
in on the site
We
looking
go
for
both.
the fights. They're going to win at least the first. The plant is not for Falcons. Nello holding on for half, but needs to
gotta-
hold on for a hero now!
my
Because it's Mad
gosh.
V to take it at the death for Falcons. G2 with their own through middle, and that's the
Akita.
re-engage. Akita in lobby drops all the way back to the deepest line of cover on A.
Ooh, she's getting a lot of
Actually
space. She
says,
will
you know
know
what?
early that it's gonna be A.
And I could do that again. So
Oh,
with
no,
the sheriff in
but
her
she's
hands,
just in
she's
the-
up to the task. Akita first bullet.
Okay,
Nothing
we know
more
it's A
beyond
at
that.
least.
Another 3-on-3 and another retake for G2 to digest.
It's lovely that Akita even gets away with two, putting G2 Gozen in a better position now to go into this retake, and Vanya's actually going to pop that dimensional drift, clear it
Ooh,
all of long for any sort of information here. It's Amy
Vanya gets
that's
a
going to
free
be able
kill.
to catch out
That's
Camu
good.
completely off guard. That's the smoke's gone. She can get a free peek from heaven here.
Oh,
Still a bit of a disconnect between the G2 players in this situation though. So it comes down to the fights, as always, and
Ouch,
that's where
ouch,
Falcons
ouch.
will
Okay, they
thrive.
know Amy.
Iniri her first, looking for a
Okay.
second, but it's Amy dropping down to save them yet again. Mad V up to the test, up to the task.
okay, we got
To the
that.
limelight,
No
Amy.
way, no way, no
calls
way.
her bluff, but it's Mad V at the last second. They're looking for an out. Nello in a first duel, wasn't able to win it in the previous. The story
I was hoping
continues
we would
here.
get like
Akita's
4
been
rounds.
the going
If
rate
we
for the
if we
defense.
get 4
One
rounds,
back in
I
the
was actually
conversation is
confident
good.
we could do it.
But G2 need to keep this ball rolling, and with 2 players in close proximity of V, the Lear's got great value for info, but still,
what?
Camu didn't know it. And so Amy holds on a little bit longer. Can she find any more value? Of course she can.
Oh,
Amy
so
with
blind
another,
and still.
but Mad V with a triple. On for the
Okay,
ace.
2v1. And we have the spike.
Is available.
She has to pick us.
Can
This is a
G2 hold
great
this?
angle for Mimi actually.
2 players on the line.
nice.
Of course they can. That's a third. But is 3 going to
One
be
more,
enough?
one more, and I believe it's the same as
Nello for the
Lotus.
3rd time in mid, and
Oh,
it's not
no.
3rd time lucky. It's Mad V. Oh, I felt like there was only one outcome, and with an Ares
Brother.
Bucky up close, the same can be said of the B site hold. It falls to the hands of Falcons with a plant coming in.
These
It's another
shotguns
G2
just do
retake.
way too much work.
Whoa! And he keeps finding that one just as soon as we go into the Omen ult. She's flying around all over the place. Camus buying precious seconds that G2 simply
just
don't
running.
have the account for. Vanya,
Come on, Vanya.
that's one at the very
She's
least.
solo.
But still, this player hold up at backside's not being cleared, and so
God,
Iniri gets the most of her position. Falcons are running riot without that sentinel in
Okay.
the comp. It feels like every site is open for the taking, and once Falcons get there, they do not give it up to Gozen.
Look at this aggression already coming out from Falcons. 3 of them
We are already
decided to
completely
push down
surrounded.
window, and
Like,
look at this, they've completely
this is.
got
Oh
them
my
in
god, it's a
stab
free
here.
kill.
It's the read to make, because after all of those mid duels, The Falcons have been winning, may I add. They want more! And they're going to send the rest of the forces to their death, like lambs to the slaughter. Aneri the shepherd. Mary with her ghost, I mean, has the double tap, thinking about a mid clear, but thinks bitter of it.
I'm really liking Akita this tournament so far. I really am.
Smoke's gone now as well, with Mimi being the first to fall.
With this movement utility I was talking about before, Falcons so quickly able to rotate, disengage. This time it's Aneri off site, and Akita continuing to be an issue elsewhere. A thorn in the side. G2 have numbers, but they don't have bodies on the site. It's an effective 2-on-2 if Falcons want it, and they're going to get it.
Okay,
1v1
last one
now.
doesn't have
Alexi
a weapon. Akita is so far though.
in the corner. Akita elsewhere, running up to long as fast as her legs will carry her. But
Okay,
still,
they are both
they
low.
don't know. Thinking about the flank, Alexi could get caught off guard
Nice.
by this! Akita, the saving grace again
never over.
for G2. Everyone on Falcons has
They
had
are
a
playing
moment
full
or two in this
retake
map
without
so far.
weapons.
G2's pick, important to mention.
So this is probably not gonna go very well
Their
for
pick
Falcons,
of the litter
if I
on
had
this
to
round,
guess.
at least in terms of those rifles. Cloudburst used to just deny the value
Perfect.
of the recon on the retake.
We need more of those.
A flawless fifth.
But look at how much space Aneri is able to get as well. Bear in mind, she does have the operator going into this round, and it's the initial C
Mimi has
aggression
the
that
spike,
Falcons
and she's
are gonna
about to face.
throw back some utility.
Ay.
Oh, but
That was
Mimi
terrible
losing her
by
life on
us.
A is everything. Precious cargo in her hands.
Okay.
Akita chasing
We
down.
need to get the bomb
None
back.
there as
We
well.
did.
And G2 from this position now
Are we
with
just going
numbers
B?
should just be looking to move
might be.
this one forwards to a round win. 3 versus 2. They very rarely struggle to convert from positions such as this, and with the pings on the map,
Is
they're
someone
aware of a
holding?
rotation coming in. It's a
Someone
late one
holding
from Falcons though. The A
main?
site is at the disposal
Or
of this
immediately?
attack.
And let's
Yeah,
not
we have
forget,
Akita
it's
here.
Madvi and
This is
Mary.
perfect, I think.
This dynamic duo of Falcons Vega.
This post plant position is really good.
On Lotus, a 2v3, something of the sort. Falcons winning things out by a split second. More moments like that
Just hope.
could make the difference.
Like if
Is
they are
there
not.
any more Mary, Mad
Yeah,
V, Magic?
I think Akita realizes
Well,
that they are not
G2
coming
found a
from
way back
CT.
into this game with the bonus they
Perfect.
have.
It's actually Aneri and Mad V that are going to be trying to hold on to this A site for as long as possible as the execute starts
How
to
is
come in.
Madvi not shooting Akita?
Anime battle
Akita is
back
just
side.
out on point.
It's the
Hello?
knives versus
Okay.
the lightning bolt, but Akita has been lights out herself, and so 2 kills from the Vandal is what we end up with. Repossessing the smoke,
Eesh.
Camus clawing one
Cameo.
back. Madvi not yet cleared,
Please
but
not lose more
Camus
weapons.
still
Don't lose
going.
more weapons.
Needs an ace now.
Alright,
Needs
let's
a
go.
little more time. Not allowed.
If we lose, if they lose
Must
this,
win for both teams. For
they
G2
are
to
back
continue
on a
mounting
Nico.
that comeback, and so back to
And
see
they just
go.
invested into
The
one
original
half.
plan,
Oh
given
no,
the green
Milo.
light. It's Cameo here, but very quickly put down, and Akita continues.
Akita
Feels
is
like
just
every single round she's
unstoppable.
finding at least 2 kills, if not more. And so with that in mind, you have to be
Okay,
concerned
let's just
of her
not
as the
get
sole player
greedy
on
and
site.
just play
G2
together.
have dropped back to a much more defensible position. It's long they've headed to, and Neri still has the
Oh,
fast
she's
lane.
so-
That's about all in
Please,
terms of
please, we need this kill
denying
so
the
fast.
line of sight, and so Akita
Okay,
just keeps
Akita.
on going. That's the second kill. How many
Kill
more
the-
can she
kill the
possibly give
upper,
us? Not
no.
enough. Aneri with a third. A 2-on-2 situation, and that's the ult, the safety net. Amy coming in
Oh
with a
my god, they
Hunter's
got
Fury.
half. We don't know that.
Tanking it, Aneri, at the very least, to have found half.
Oh, what? They
onto
still
the
died to
spike
Amy's
defuse,
ult?
but half doesn't quite cut it.
Okay.
We need the full picture. Go.
Who's next?
Run of the
Okay,
mill.
let's
Standard
not
procedure.
run into the shotgun.
No way
Por
the
favor.
Falcons
Oh no.
are able to pick
We
up
are
an
investing
11th
the
here.
ult here.
Not on a
I
Thursday.
respect that.
And a Bucky, which is in the hands of Alexi. Now that's going
Okay.
to be an upgrade. Mary able to find a Vandal when the kill contract, double tap active. You would think that that search can oh, it was towards B! She was looking for the lurk! Mary! Not finding anything, but
Still
at the
hard
very
for them
least,
to
I mean,
retake, but-
Falcons aren't fully sold that there wasn't still a player there. They are chasing shadows.
Oh, you're not.
So precious
you're not
time bought
getting
away
out
from
of
them,
the
time
CT for
which
sure.
they just don't have. G2 holding onto the site this time with bodies in that position, on spot, waiting for the duel. Combo
Someone is
flash
gonna be dead
and
in
the
a second
reveal,
here.
it gets nothing. It's Akita with another double
Very
kill.
good.
Deciding
Okay,
to
we are just going fast.
fight
There's
for that
only
A control
Reyna
now
here.
and
Skull
I mean,
is really
Ineri's
good.
managed to get all the way down C long already, very aware of what's coming into this A site, and Nello's kill contract is actually going to pick up Madvi away from the site.
Cammy
Nice.
also full sticking that TP means that she's the last line of
This
defense
is
left
a
on
very
site,
impossible
still
retake for them,
hovering
I would
around
say.
her own
I said it
smoke,
right
but from
now.
the Valence she's able to find the first turn in of a head. Mimi
know last,
against
no,
the
we
opposite
don't.
number, Omen on Omen.
Yeah, we know
The
now.
violence ends with G2 on 10.
Okay, Nello gets the
Mary
kill
can
here,
make
surely.
a go of this, but even her best effort shouldn't be enough. It's a couple of shots.
I mean, it doesn't really
in
matter
the
how
body
many
there
players
as
we
well
lose.
for
I
good
think we
measure.
are pretty much
Nello stays dead, but
max
G2
money on
are
everyone.
very well alive.
I think we just hunt. We don't let
in
them
this second
We don't
map.
let them save.
This map of their choosing. It felt
We
like a
just hunt.
necessity, Billy,
We
but
should,
I have
at
to
least.
say this course correct. So needed.
I feel like
it's
we
really
should have
nice to see them
definitely
switch it up
hunted
this
here.
round, of course. We've seen a direct C approach the past few rounds. Falcons
And
being forced
I don't know where
to
it's 10-10.
play in a retake,
they
and
are on a
again,
Nico
we see
again,
it this
probably.
time round.
Akita's just leaving
Being
everyone
forced
hanging.
into
Hello?
that retake because
Lock
of the
in.
tempo from... I mean, Falcons doing a good job to just kind of hold on to these positions, though.
I would like to see the fight on
The
A.
difference is that Vanya was behind it, but a quick Euro TPs the audio cue. Falcons know
my
it now.
God, here
It's
we
a
go.
quick realization, and Neri
Okay.
lucky in the face, but two follow it up. Akita and Mimi
Let's get bomb
side by
points. Let's
side.
go.
These generations of Gozen.
Really good
Now
smoke
combined.
for Garage as well.
This is the one which they
Oh my
need
God,
to
Mimi, don't
take
get
the
timed.
lead in the map and battle their way back into
Please
the
don't push more,
series.
Mimi.
Madvi's got a judge, but I don't think she has a chance to win the
Really
round.
good-
Not unless
really
a
good
crazy
discipline here.
distraction could be bought off of this Sober ultimate. It's a tag.
And they
it's a
also
good
invest
start.
the ult.
Don't get much better though. Alexi, ooh,
wait a
two on the
second.
Sheriff, and she's
So
got a
1v2.
Vandal to work with. But
We have
one
really
thing
good
which
position
will
on Mimi.
continue to elude her is time.
Oh my God.
Evade her, I should
That
say.
got scary.
Falcons need a response. They've been waiting
so
for one
ISO
whole
is
half long.
holding-
Just a single round picked up since the side swap. And with Mary now in Falcon green colours on the defender side of B.
That's a good
Backs
flash.
off as G2 re-engage through Garage. It's the C site they go to. Ineri. Oh, it's a
terrible.
perfect stun. Ripped off Nello right after the first op shot. Double player advantage. G2 given the good grace of the B site.
Akita is alive, so
Falcons
it's
happy
not
to
over
play
yet.
retake here.
Okay.
Just completely slowing it down. Spike
Yes,
is
B.
going to be planted by Mimi.
It's,
And it's
all
a
about
question of
timings
whether
right
they
now, I
take a
think.
fight here, try and get advantage
well,
back
It's
in
all
their
about
favor.
the timing from
have to.
Akita here.
and the recon dart should be the catalyst for it.
Oh
Akita
no, they
playing
know about
right
Akita,
behind,
she's dead.
timing everything. Akita
What?
takes a shot to the dome, but still won't go down. Not until the trades come through.
Well
And the
played by
rest
them.
of Falcons, what looked like a gesture of goodwill, giving up the B site, was just them preparing for a retake. A retake which G2 were not there to defend against. Not at all. We'll go to maximum regulation. G2, as you can
Russian with
see,
the op.
in this situation.
Oh my god, we all got
Akita
Okay.
does
Run,
get the
run,
opening
run.
pick, but
Run
look,
them
they
down.
need to convert here. This is for 12 for either side. Alexi on the side,
get the
Nello,
trade,
the
get-
player that
okay, we
goes
got the
down. Quick
trade.
trades, back and forth, but still Falcons falling in. No, there's Mary
No.
at the key moment. The biggest play that she could make of the
Okay,
tournament
good.
so far. Still
It's a
might not be
2v2,
enough.
very winnable.
It's a 2-on-2, but no time
just
to
get
plan.
outta here, we
Falcons are
cannot.
right back in. Or at least they faked that they would be. There's a
Okay.
moment's silence.
If we plant, they are playing a retake with an op, which is not ideal for them. They might just think we left. Never mind.
Spike is going to go down, Hazard. Both pairs just waiting to activate, and it is an area that's going to pop that ult.
Oh, but it's
Yes!
G2 that find all of the kills. That is
Please,
map
one
point
more.
on their
Please.
own pick.
We gotta take advantage of that.
Coming into this one,
I'd say we just play it slow and we wait for
see
them
again.
to push something.
Falcons looking to take that space on A-Long. And from the shadows, going to be invested from Mimi instantly.
Akita trying to fire in here. It's a ult that comes back across.
Oh my goodness,
the
the
ice
two
ice.
weakest
fake out,
weapons
which
get
was
2
taken by
kills.
Mary. No player for her to fight. Where does the body end up in this? It's still in safety. but the rest of Falcons are flying back through. G2 can't defend the site.
It's oh my
goodness. By the side spike in hand, but no support for the duel. Amy
get out.
Turns up at the right time.
Alright.
Now an opportunity for G2 to reset.
Wait, 2v2, we got a kill, I didn't see.
But you have to consider the HP on these last two
run,
players,
run.
And of course it would be Mimi
oh my god,
and
it's
Amy
gonna be so
versus
close,
Mad V
please. Mimi
and
don't die on the cross.
Each captain and their protege
the timing.
on either side, but Mary's further in
don't
front
know
of
about
this.
Mary
Amy
B.
could possibly be, but
No
still
way.
calls the bluff, holds her nerve. Mad
No!
V! No way! She comes up late, and at the 11th hour, Falcons have their 12th. We're going to overtime. Falcons feeling that mid for them is an oasis, a place they can constantly come back to and find success. Nello's got the flash in. Surely this is it. Nello gets hers, but Cameo's found two. The same TP back across.
Oh, we do not push
the
that,
great
right?
Equalizer. Nello's not going to stop.
Oh my god.
Why would you?
Shot.
Go on. This is the chance to make the play. Now looking for it, just one, and Camu's right back. Both of them have had their moment, and so is Mimi.
2v1.
But Camu needs an ace, and with the ult in play, it's defender spawn she goes.
That is kind of a crazy place to go, no?
But look at this smoke landed in garage.
We are
I mean,
not
Mimi
getting
is
together.
completely aware
Just
of
not
this, just looking to walk down long. Here's the plant going down, able to feed the information back to Akita, who's on her way back from A.
Now the question is, how do they play it? Mimi seeming disciplined, bookmarking that space. Left
run,
side
Akita, run!
The default box. Oh, walks in. Mimi! Confident as ever, okay.
Oh my god, please.
Doesn't need the backup, the duelist with 30+ kills. I would love to see both of these teams take us to a 5th map. You're not really winning on anyone in particular, but it's a weight lifted off of her shoulders as well.
Garage.
Confidence builder. How are Falcons feeling coming out of
it's
that?
It's a bit strange that they give Garage for free like that
The
whenever
players
they
on
only
B
have
just
one person on
there for
C.
a quick rotation.
We kind of forgot
It's more
the
C
spike
inclined,
though.
but that's the correct read.
Here.
Spike is kind of far.
Utility already being used on B by Ineri, so conscious that
Okay, I guess
could
we
be anywhere
see
here.
hit.
Camu, the star of the previous,
Oh
steps
my
up
god.
again. Camu in overtime, going
Of
into
course.
overdrive and overachieving on the C site.
Oh my
It's
god.
such a difficult position to play as the Omen on the C site. Mimi
We
knows
have a
that
lot of
too
people
well. She
here though,
can't
they might not
achieve
be
where
expecting that.
Camu was able to, and now Falcons with the chance to draw first blood in the next round of overtime. Mary adding on, Nello trying to piggyback it,
Nello
but
had
just
no
can't.
bullets. And
No
Akita
chance
is
to get the
retaking
shield
with
back
an op.
up, and so Mary shoots her down, or Mad V I should say. It's a 3 versus 1, and it's Akita. Already 32 kills deep into this defensive side now, walking back into the site with an op in hand. Things have been going well for her in regulation,
nice
but
try.
overtime is a different story. We talk of
where are
Red
we
Bull
going?
Instalock being a stress
They're getting
test
very
of your
aggressive
system,
by
how you
Nello and
play
I.
as a team.
It's
What
just
still
Nello just
stands
faking
when
by
you
herself.
take all normality out of the picture. Camu has to be the authority here, and again, she
God.
delivers. First kill collected, TP across. Oh, for a second, it looked like G2 had guessed
It was
themselves.
well played by Nello. She
But
did
it
push a
does
lot of
stand
people into
corrected,
A, and then
so
we get C for free.
C open for business yet again, and
We
there
get a
is a
smoke
flank
for
this
C.
time.
Yeah, and it's coming through from Nello.
Do we have a smoke? We don't have a smoke.
So
That's
aware,
bad.
asking the rest of her team to be able to buy her time here, and she's spotted
Oh my god,
everything,
she
This
has
could
to
be
get 2 at
everything.
least.
But how many does she get?
She
Nello in
needs to get
behind.
2.
Here's all the steps. Already
Nice.
Falcons at work,
Should
but
be GG.
Nello chipping in where needed.
Should be.
Looks like we're going to be heading to another overtime. Alexi forced to face the music. But even a headshot
my
on
god,
the
that's a
first
headshot.
player is a death sentence. She has had her location revealed.
Okay, let's go again.
And
I
Akita,
guess.
the gun for hire. They're not looking for these elaborate fakes or crazy reads.
I like this
In the
aggressive
end game,
peek.
just keeping it straightforward and making sure that
we
the
are very
basics are
aggressive
working
here.
out for Akita. Oh, hungry as ever,
Ah.
but punished for that. Eyes bigger than her stomach. So with
Okay,
Alexi
Nello needs a kill
picking
here.
that one up, it's Nello in the corner. Nello!
She's good for 2.
Oh, a completely new player in OT already.
Okay,
so
Vanya.
much value for Gozen when needed. Stepping up at just the right time.
Oh my god.
4
Oh my
kills
god.
for 15.
baiting
And now we are on
Akita
attack.
out
I mean,
down
it
C
should
long.
be the stronger side. Let's go.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but coming into this round, Haza, could be the last one.
Oh, we got the
Falcons
info.
still unable to attain the fruits of their labor. G2 the same. They were the ones who forged the comeback
Still
from
push A.
6 rounds down at the half. Now Aneri's op could very quickly
Go,
have
Akita.
all of Gozen
Get in there.
grounded. Alexi
Oh, no.
there as well. 1 kill is good. It's allowed the Floods to make
That's
its
a
way
good
back
flash.
through. Very is blind, but already in
my God.
graffiti. It's a different story. Oh, Aneri sticking around. wanted
2v2.
more.
Bridge.
2-on-2. Spike goes in.
Where do we play this? Where do we play
See.
this? I think this is decent because
Camu's
they are
still hanging around, setting up for the
Oh,
paranoia.
it's leveled,
Ooh,
okay.
This makes things interesting.
one there.
Brought out of play.
And
Info
one on point.
for
We know
Amy to
both.
try and work with, but it's effectively a 1v2, and now that is confirmed. Vanya up against it.
Oh my
Only
God.
gets 1, and so we go again.
Oh God.
And the thing about this round, Haza,
Okay, I
for
guess we
me,
go
is
again.
like, it's going to be the map after this one.
Not something we've seen from
Does she
G2 yet, but
check
another
that?
defensive side. Something we've gotten all too used
My
to.
God,
Only
yes.
a few rounds picked up from it before, but Vanya has already added the first nail to the coffin. Falcons far from
Okay.
dead and buried. B site is where they plant their feet. They're hanging around.
How do we play this? Do we know about the Neri? We don't.
Inari trying to see if she
Oh.
can
Okay,
get
Nello.
anything here, but it's actually Nello that gets the first pick there. Still,
We know about
not
Inari
really
as
any
well
way to
now.
open the site until Mimi from the flank.
I mean, the trades are so staggered right now. The plant for the spike, it's not really
Okay,
for
let's
Link,
get
it's
half
more
and
for,
kill the last one.
mid, grass,
Or
literally
just hold,
anywhere.
just hold,
the
just
Camus
hold, just
isn't
hold.
right now.
Nice.
So G2 goes and pick up the round. Mid as normal, window perhaps. But G2 consistently flanking.
C-split into
mental
the
game
op.
so far
This is a bit
developed.
scary, for sure. Oh no, oh no!
Mary on this
Fuck.
angle, and again, when tested
My
on
God,
C,
man.
the task could not be too tall. Mad V
We have
from A-Link,
timing
the
on
next
this.
of the players to
Nope.
be put under duress, but Falcons with flying colours continue. Mary again, and Mary
And we
once
get
more.
flawless.
It's a team performance in this next set of overtime
Unless-
rounds. Mimi would need a 1v5, something that we have not seen all too often. Quite within her wheelhouse, but I have to say 2 kills makes a 1v3 a lot more digestible, and as much as that utility coming in is nice from Falcons, there is no capitalization, and Mimi has time.
Hold on, hold on.
So much time here. Looking to just work her way
Oh
back
no.
towards
Yeah,
garage.
they are holding this.
Just
This is
peek
gonna be
through
bad.
that smoke, and of course Camus
Okay.
just so aware.
Well,
With Falcons default, or I
Okay, I mean,
say
Akita
default,
there.
beginning with C long
Oh,
control, they're actually
they
just
don't
gonna head,
expect that.
and
Ah.
end it here and now. Look for that attacking round win with a double stack
Oh,
setup.
she's so blind.
Both of them fall. Akito and Nello into a communal grave, and with that, 2-player
Damn it.
advantage. Falcons in post. Is it gonna be enough?
And you look at the second layer of this Haza, this Sova lurk coming in from Alexi, just waiting outside garage, biding her time.
Not the player you'd usually pick, the Sova, the initiator. But this is Red Bull Instalock, and anything can
Amy
happen.
do
That's
it?
the mantra
No, she
G2 will
cannot.
want. It's a
She's gonna
2
get-
versus 4 rigged against
wait.
them. Amy now asked of yet another ace. A smoke given to her post-mortem, but still.
nice try,
Not
nice try.
It's a deeper line of sight that she's going to take on A, but in the meantime, Alexi's found sewer control and is hearing steps of this rotation.
But it's Vanya's positioning that G2 have recognised here, Haza.
Ooh.
Been able to get all of that garage space, and it's Camus again, so aware.
And Vanya's gone early as well, so with her taking that duel, there's no security,
They're
no
looking
guarantees
good.
to the C-site
That's
play.
all I'm
Extra
saying.
utility used to make sure it can be taken back. Mimi's still banking on that paranoia to be a counter to Falcons' natural retake stance as they're queuing up
we
in
need Amy to
C-Link,
go
so are
big
G2.
here, big,
Amy wants
huge.
it. Oh, it's an aggressive take. Could have been everything. Still
Okay.
might be. Akita with one more needs a little bit extra than just
We are
that
trading
even
well.
trades. 2 on 2. Yet again, similar situation. Player in the corner. It's Mimi. Oh
my
Mimi
God,
again!
yes!
We go once
Come
more. Such a big adaptation.
My God, please.
You want more
bro.
Valorant?
Please, we need this map so bad. After all this, if we go 0-2 after a map like this, it's just so hard to come back.
See aggression that we saw last time Falcons decided to go for their attack, and surprisingly, Mary's able to check that corner, picks up the first one, and Nello answering back.
Okay,
it's a huge reveal and a huge play from Nello. Between her and Amy, it's the C site hold which G2 Gozen so desperately needed.
G2 Gozen about to take it, right? We saw that last defensive round from them. The one that they needed to win to win the map out.
And at this point, Nello's like, actually, you know what? I think I do want to have a see what's going on in
got
mid.
2.
That's where it goes down.
And we have a nice flash.
G2 double entry. All on Mary, you'd think, but it's Mad B
Oh,
instead.
we
The
saw.
one who pops up in the feed. Mary's next, even standing.
3v3.
And it's her site that they're gonna hit. Double tap or not, she backs away.
And it's already brought
Okay, we
back
have
into a
smoke.
3v3 Hazza.
Oh, we don't have a
Just when you
smoke.
thought G2
That is awkward.
we're gonna steamroll through Garage and on to C.
I don't think they know it's
And just when
C
you
though.
thought that they'd lost all advantage, an open C site here could be absolutely huge. Falcons forced to deliberate and divide those forces accordingly.
After we get
sure, you've got Alexi as that deep info on A, the canary in the coal mine, but it's all gone cold.
Oh
G2
no.
again,
Nice.
aggressive,
That
but
dart
having
probably
spotted
saved
out
our life.
Mary, they don't follow up on it, and now there's
This is the thing, Hazza, surely G2, they have to be so aware of the potential threat coming in from Alexi, deciding to in fact take Garage control.
Oh,
instead.
timing.
Another flank coming
Timing
in
on
from
Mimi.
G2.
Oh, it's a flank coming in, but for who? Both sides. G2 looking set up for this.
Mimi.
Mimi not looking the right way, but the support is there at Vanya. It might finally be over
1v3.
on Haven. An equalizer queued up for G2 Gozen.
Please, please, please. We need this.
It was a long one. They started on the back foot.
We hear the running.
Throughout they battle. Mimi to shut it all down. A map for the ages as our Red Bull Instalock Grand Final goes evenly split.
Fracture. I don't think. I'm not sure, but I would assume that this is probably not our best map. I don't think new teams usually prioritize playing Fracture
They
much.
played against
I could be wrong though.
in that opening series on 3 maps, which they were all undefeated on. A 2-1 win, which put them on course.
It's
for
3
what you're now
duelists for
seeing
both
as
teams.
a
It's
rematch
just
of
the
that
rule
upper
of the
bracket final.
tournament.
A grand final. Where on Fracture, Falcons, this is their choice, the defender's side. They've taken arcade control. Very strong position to have towards B. If you can't hold the site itself, it doesn't make much of an issue. It's a quick trade both ways.
Really quick trades for both sides.
Control, with a flank coming in from Nello as well, or at least that second layer.
Okay.
I was thinking for a second
2v2,
there maybe
but
Camu
we're
could be
kinda low.
in trouble, but
At least
well
Vanya is.
supported.
We just pull out and we go away.
And that Molly just completely stopping the rest of the team being able to get onto site there. You see Vanya and Mimi having to reconsider their options here.
I mean, we can hear them rotate. We can just go through.
Camu so conscious of
the
fact that they could have rotated over towards the A site,
call.
but instead looking to just make their way back towards that B site.
Yeah, G2 have heard the steps, so unless Falcons were faking it, they're going to be able to settle in on
30
B.
seconds left.
And even just seeing
It's
the
gonna
comps
take a
here
long
as
time
well,
for them to
I
come
think
here.
the fact that there has been a prioritization of that Brim breach shows exactly where Falcons' heads are at in terms of the meta.
Spawn,
Lots of utility damage, but none of that left here. It's an empty belt for both sides.
To play first.
G2 have done a brilliant job at chipping away, taking that space towards defender spawn. Well, they don't know exactly where this retake is coming in from. They know it's more likely than not to be from the flank. There's a brilliant double up here. Actually, no, it is just Vanya out in the open. Looking for the flash after the first kill. Mimi finally revealed, but Camu needs the half. Mimi! Nearly just forced to give up the ghost. It doesn't matter now. She's
oh my god,
anyway,
she's just playing with her.
Camu wasn't able to get half, but
Mimi's talking shit. Let's go.
To win the pistol, and
I
think
saw
she knows it.
Okay, so
those
they are
agents
on an eco. We hate to play against ecos. Let's make it different this time,
please. On brand right now. The amount of utility damage, especially by the time you get to that attack
this
side.
This is an open site.
We've seen these lineups for the quick tower takes on B. And once again, sort of leaning into that vein, Falcons have gone for the slow play from Dish. on this round of just pistols to take arcade control again, where they know the strengths of those post plants usually lie. But G2 dismissed the situation.
Planted,
so
we're just running A
site.
because the Cypher got so much space.
And I think
we got a
Nello
trip.
that we need to be paying attention to here.
Really good play.
Managed to bring up so much space, but the classic actually taking over the ghost that Nello had.
Please speak that.
Get back on the ISO. The flanks with the ISO work better. Vanya flash
Oh my
up.
god, this flash is
supported here. Already has the run it back available, so you're thinking about that in the next round. G2
Three
only
people
just
died, it's
getting
not
there,
ideal,
it's fair
but
to say.
okay.
2 players left, 2
But
rifles
okay.
retained. So true. We've seen teams try and do it before. You know, even with the changes to the wall coming in from last event, you can see the value. Vanya has the info, knows Alexi's there. Would have loved to have found the kill to the player on site. But G2 already heading in elsewhere. It's a dash over the top from Dish, and Akita's dropping down the spike.
There.
There are 2 players on this flank for G2.
Oh!
Neri, it's been dealt
How
with in
did she
main.
not kill?
Maybe winning that one and getting out too. Both satchels, Madv only one.
Okay, please guys, let's not die anymore.
Not quite the full picture for G2 as they are missing some upgrades here. And Mary!
Oh my god, Akita is going
should have
crazy.
had that one on a plate. Akita was
I saw
one
someone
bullet,
was asking how did she
land.
play the
So
first
it's
2 maps
doomed.
because she
We're
just
looking
got
at a
home.
bonus
The
round
person
win.
just got home and she has been incredible, really.
And it's all
Last
left
map
on
she had like
Madv.
almost 40 kills.
Akita low, so could be isolated here.
It's done. There's just
Go,
not enough
Akita.
time for Madv to even consider this. You maybe look at saving
W
the Vandal,
bonus.
but it's just another gun back in the hands. Akita.
Okay, we pulled the
Blades
knives.
are going to be popped, and it's G2 actually looking to take that A main pressure, but this is a lovely micro play from Falcons, just looking to stop
my god.
anything from main coming
that
in,
was
but
a
it's actually
trade.
Akita that they're unaware of to begin with. Madv, quick response to trade that back out again.
And because Akita was using the jet knives into the site as well, there's no gun to be picked up. So Falcons still
Let's go.
not
Let's
getting
not
the
lose
most
more
out of
weapons.
even that
Get
first
bomb
pick
down.
that they were able to find.
Clean, and
Nice
this should
trap
be,
play in A main, like you said.
should be a free kill here.
Amy
Let's
is
go.
going to get that orb one way or another. It sits on the shoulders of Camus. Alexi back on the duelist, now with the op. Difficult previous map for her. This could be everything to set herself in motion. It's going down the
How
throat
is
to
she
the
alive?
G2 players. But still, she gets out on 10 HP.
It's crazy that that doesn't manage to get traded out, but Amy looking to answer back, does double satchel onto the site, and Showstopper quickly popped here, Haza, and she's looking for more.
Okay, Akita.
Akita fears nothing, and neither should Alexi. Sweating a little bit, trying to take that first engagement, but now already
we have
a
a 3v.
Perhaps renewed confidence for Falcons. They converge from both ends.
Okay, last
but
is an up.
Arcade goes
She's just
off
gonna
in
try to
smoke.
save. Don't let her save.
Akita
Kill.
smoldering Falcons.
Chase.
They're gonna
As this
chase her
performance
down.
continues, yeah, they're going to chase her to the end of the earth. They want this op gone. Okay. That's one player pass. Oh, Akita finally realized, and with the dash reset, Alexi's out of there. She's actually going to live this. She's dashed into them once.
Bro.
I mean, it's just a game of cat and mouse at this point, Haza, but the fact that she gets out of there,
fair play.
Manages to save the op.
Falcons setting up these trap plays, trying to fight for the orb. You're going to see a bit of that on A here. It's always a priority for G2 when you have that cheap cost of the ultimate.
Try to get
for Vanya's run it back.
the info on
She's
the
gonna
up.
Be here.
She's
gonna find herself dead and buried in the same place. No way, Falcons. Oh Mary
my
invested
god,
the
and this is the round we
showstopper.
lose.
It's a 5 versus 2. Blink and you'll miss it. So it's not how the round was supposed to go for G2.
Yep.
Ay.
What can we say about that?
I mean, that's what I mean. I'm looking at
It's
the
fair
round,
for
and
them
you
to
see,
start getting
you know,
some
G2
rounds
using
back,
their
but it
initiative,
shouldn't
right?
be this one.
Deciding to smoke off
Unless
the potential of where that op's
Amy
going to
pulls
be,
out
but
a miracle.
I mean, Alexi just decided to take the peek through it.
Yeah. But like that's the thing, when you don't have that extra initiative
She has a good read.
here
She's
to be
going into
clearing
the
corners,
1v1.
to be trying to fight against an operator, then how do you get that info? Maybe picking up yet another orb. It feels like the showstopper is more important to G2 right now in terms of how they've been setting this one up.
Now she only needs to call for help, I guess.
Amy would love to have it here, but that's not going to happen.
All right.
Falcons with their first on the board, and what a way to win it.
Here. Okay, Vanya.
Falcons queuing up on a TP pass. Got to make a decision.
No,
Commits to it. Oh, it's brilliant from Alexi. Knew that Mimi would have been there, but what goes around comes around. There's a jet on the other side of the map, and Akita has made this an even man
both
count.
Teams are aware of the ops, so how do we play this now?
But look at all the ultimates
We just
available.
go B?
On Falcon's side. They can just opt to go for a retake here, should they really want to, Haza. No need really to be so aggressive.
Look how passive Alexi is after finding those first couple of kills. Knows that she has the Blade Storm since the beginning of the round.
Here.
Okay.
Falcons rich for ultimates.
She's just gonna...
Something that we said at the start, and here's one of them. Orbital Strike. Just condemning the site control. Head to head, big one. The exchange. Oh! Doesn't go either way, really. It's just bullets trading,
I thought
but
Akita
no
was
bodies
about
drop.
to get that kill.
3-on-3 situation. G2 do get the spike down. Vanya denied positioning by the ult. Finally, Alexi removed from the situation.
Oh my god,
Akita
trying so hard to get that kill, but it's so hard.
Another ult from Falcons. Oh, they're chasing shadows right now. Needing
1v1.
to win this one with the
Is it
amount of
for her?
upfront. Akita full blind, updrafts out, and it's for good reason. Because Mad V was looking for a jewel which she's just never going to be offered. Still waiting for this fight, and while she wins it, I don't know if there's enough time. It's going to be so damn close. Oh, Mad V's got it. Another clutch from the captain.
Barely.
It was a heavy investment from Falcons, but it's paid off. Such little time left. Just under a second. G2 into the next round, put their foot down.
Vanya has to run. She wants to get value.
To the round, but it doesn't get all
keep shooting.
much. The spam
nice
Akita.
Oh my god, how did Akita fall on that?
Flanker of B is gone, and Alexi removed on her flank as well.
Internet's pissing me off.
The repurchase of the op, no value.
Okay, we got the
Nello set
info.
up to
We have the
receive
wire.
2 players.
Just let the wire work.
It goes broken. It's the player that falls behind it as
that.
well. G2 Gozen finally
Don't give
able
her
to
fights.
establish a little bit of control.
Oh, we
Last
saw her.
couple rounds shaky.
It has to be a
This
save
is the
for her,
perfect response.
but Amy is gonna kill. Or not.
Mad V potentially just
I
opting
think
to
it's
save here.
still a save for them.
Yeah, I think that's a wise choice.
I was thinking for a moment, maybe she's like,
that was on me.
You know how the last round went.
And honestly, I wouldn't blame her. I wouldn't blame her if she decided to go in for that. You know, still got a flash in the pocket. Stun has come back up as well.
Everyone on Falcons does still have money. Vanya will be
but they lose the up. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can we recover the up?
Late here.
We are going.
It's Mad V that's got that hero rifle that we need to keep an eye on.
We have a good call.
Choosing not to give it to any of the 3 duelists that she could have, and in fact, keeping it for herself. It is Alexi that's looking to take the first contact here, but ult's committed from G2 Gozen. Amy popping that showstopper.
Really want to win this round.
Oh, but Nello goes down in main.
Shut up.
That could make a huge difference. Not threading the needle. Oh, gun in play, Mad V. That was the one saved Vandal that they had, and the upgrade on a Neri doesn't count for anything. G2 with just one of those rounds that
don't push more,
you can't deny.
They can't get weapons.
It's frustrating for Falcons because there were opportunities there for them
Amy.
to get back into it.
That's even more frustrating for Falcons.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Mary from up on high, seeing if she can't drag G2 Gozen down with her.
Nice molly by them. We were definitely
high
pushing
octane
that
for her
if we
so
could.
far. Ooh, Nello does trade 1 for 1, but there you have it.
Good flash,
G2
good
with
flash,
the
Mimi. We need that
so
flash.
strong, and with a miss shot,
so fast.
blind Alexi's a dead
go.
one.
One
Still,
more.
so many players on B.
Trade.
Finally!
Oh my god,
can
where's
stand
the
up
trade?
to it. Another triple kill. The Brim doesn't need a stim. It's Nello that needs to clear her corners, and oh, she's going to.
1v1. She's low. She has plenty of time. She doesn't need to be running like
come
that.
Up huge here, and it's actually the crouch peek that catches Nello off guard. A 4K for Camus.
Just gets you even more excited for it. But into the next,
Falcons
again, Alexi.
It's their pick.
Just not quite finding the same kind of value that she was early on. G2 have cottoned onto this and managed to find the perfect counter. Aneri and Main is a story which seems to be delivering, but just not enough. 3 on 3.
Amy has 3 kills already. Ace.
Getting active, getting ever closer to a showstopper, but it's the ult from Camille that comes in instead. Trying to deny the space on site, and while the spike plant's not going to come in, it's a matter of time.
It's a really good reposition by Amy.
To find the
ace!
Here. She does
Give her
find
the ace.
The 4th. It's just a question of whether Mary picks the crosshair of Amy, and she does.
There you have it. We were made to wait for a while to see another ace, but Amy has picked one up. I think all theories of Meg's 4K fanatics have been debunked now.
Okay.
And look at this timing from now. Literally just missing an area.
Kita, what are you doing, woman?
Shorty from Ikea who's going to pick up that first engagement. Camille, the player that Falcons have relied on to be the anchor of this B site for so long, is going to be the one to fall.
God.
And it's Akita again to hammer home another kill.
They have a
it's not just her
shotgun.
impact in that department, but the space taking as well.
10 HP though.
Puts a rest by Neri. But Mimi knows that as long as she shoots in the general direction of the tower, someone's going to be coming out. Vanya wrapping around the generator position
I don't
to
mind
find
this
the final
first
player,
half.
Mad.
Oh damn,
Yeah,
straight
no
into
ops
second
in this
half. Okay, like that. No waiting.
It's actually called the pistol round. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
Oh, thanks for that one, mate.
yeah, only top tier analysis here for myself. And G2
Did we not tag anyone?
looking towards the B site now as Falcons have made their first incision and what could be their last if it doesn't draw blood. And Neri doing exactly that. Nello down. Sentinel back in the server. Will be missing from this situation, but look at G2, how quickly they gravitate towards the main position. In the meantime, Falcons starting to take some arcade space. You can see Mad V.
We have a Phoenix flash to get out of here.
Holding on right now as the flash comes
we are
in.
looking at the
Cleared
wrong spot.
Alexi. That's the last mistake that you will make.
That's right.
Because Falcons have picked up the pistol that they needed, and they're right back in this. Is it really
you
that
win the
good?
equal, someone gives the sub to this
Can
guy.
Falcons keep
please.
it clean and make that bonus dangerous?
Never mind.
Because that's what we're really looking at here. You need momentum now if you want to make this second half work, and that's exactly what they're doing. Akita is going to get a double. And one more from Nello.
They're doing a little bit of damage.
It's the kind of damage that I'm talking about.
Spike planted.
I mean, an area is low, Haza. It's not completely without the realms of possibility.
I mean, for me, the audio is good. Is it
she might be the first
bad for you guys?
contact here as well. There is a double stack, but still a chance for Nello as she's just playing security guard, double, triple checking the cam.
That's my security guard.
That's my security guard. Goats and security guards, whatever is next.
I want to know what she's saying because I just saw a chuckle in that player cam there.
Yeah.
Camera taken out.
And what are Falcons saying? Because they already know, okay, we're running away with this round. Nello goes down to the spike, doesn't let them stretch those margins, increase any kind of potential advantage, build towards an ult. It's as good as it's going to get. G2's chance to take 10 starts with Akita doing exactly what we prophesized. The
who's doubting?
Deadly as ever, she gets out as well. Nello next up. Any more would be great, but Falcons do have a response. At long last, a chance to get the spike down, but it's late from tower, and there is a flank slowly working its way across the top side of the map.
Oh my god, and she gets 3.
You don't even get a
slowly
moment.
Getting them all.
A moment to breathe. That's the spike as well. It never crossed.
The spike never made it to the point.
Ikea just looking for more here as well,
No
Haza.
way. No way.
I think she's going to get it.
I was just about to say, I don't think that spike is going to cross. Akita
Hold there.
Right for the midriff.
Give the ace.
Alexi peeks in. She's a dead woman walking. Finally puts a rest.
Amy! Come on,
the 4K
man.
theory was true after all, but it matters not.
What a party pooper.
Akita.
From her own captain as well. Coming
we
into
know
this
they are
one,
going
though.
tower. They have to be tower.
Falcons Vega just
We have
completely sending it up
smoke
tower,
for tower.
being able to gain control of that super quickly here.
Oh my god. We
And
got
now,
them all
usually
spotted.
where this comp would be scary is in post plant, but Falcons
Oh my god, let's not run into the shotgun.
Starting to
Oh
fight
my god, here we are.
Mary at the double. That
No.
could be everything.
Yeah,
But
Kita,
Kita's
I
still
believe.
online with the blades in hand. There would have
I
been
take
a
it back,
chance,
Jesus
but
Christ.
it runs dry. Falcons follow it up with a thrifty. This is going to get messy.
Yeah, 4 players from G2 sat patiently waiting. And of course the camera's going to be the first thing to take contact here.
The question is,
Okay.
what comes from this? Where's the profit? Who pulls the pin? Right now, it's dead silence, and so Alexi breaks out into the open,
Nello gets
breaks
one,
the ice.
gets another one.
A couple. Oh, it's Nello there as well. No, there is the second kill. Flashed up Camille has taken a boatload of damage in the process. The wide wall allows a reposition for Vanya, at least to keep Falcons guessing, but she's got out of dodge.
And how are we in a 2v2 now, Haza? G2 managed
oh my god, they never expect
so
Mimi here, for sure.
Yeah, we can hold the thrifty round stat because there's a very real
25,
possibility that yet another gets added to the tally. G2 coming in from both ends.
What do we need
Mimi
here?
to drop, but it's Vanya set up. Bulldog in her hands, and here is the paranoia to make the play happen. One player blind.
Oh my god.
Down. Vanya gets
Vanya
with the Bulldog.
All players could have been sat in there with a shotgun, but no,
Okay.
complete fake. And
Canary pissed,
Oh,
but
Vanya's
she's
invested
dead.
the ult, but kind of need the main ends to hold
Nice
up here.
nade to stop them.
He's been able to do exactly that. The paint shells just slow it down to a
Okay.
snail's pace if you're
Ooh, we have
Alexi.
do we check this
Cornered,
on the left?
looking to
we
clear
do.
it. Both players
And we
there
win
for
the
the fight.
fight.
Vanya, the
Holy
one that
moly.
ultimately wins it. This was Falcons' last-ditch opportunity
Okay,
to just
are they
throw
just
some money at
saving?
the situation
I think
and
this
hope
is a
that it
save.
sticks. Down to the last 2 rifles. Back to business on B.
I mean, we have so much Cypher
Nello's
utility
getting
here.
that
We saw
information
both
5
as
to
well.
10 business days ahead of schedule, though.
There's no way they plant even.
yeah, it's going to be difficult here now for Camille and Madvi to be able to even get a plant down. This could easily be contested. G2 are all here, ready and available.
It's a shut-up
my
shot,
God.
but ooh, Mad
Oh,
V.
that's a
One
nasty
back.
flash.
Vanya, though.
4K.
That's the Phoenix. Can just keep us on the edge of our seat. Is there any more left to be played? It's a key to sight
my
hit,
God,
and
she
what
just
I
got
tell you
spammed.
what, hit her straight through the box. Nello removed before she even gets a look in. Okay, yeah, Falcons will get 7.
I guess this
The
is...
round's not over
This should
just
be a
yet,
save for
Haza,
us.
and it is that remaining core of G2 Gozen from last year, of course.
I don't think we risk.
They should get 7.
Unless...
But maybe they won't.
Unless-
G2 are back, and I spoke too soon.
Shoot it.
The players in sight are cornered. There's
Get
a
it.
showstopper still to come through from Amy.
Why
Oh,
don't
it's
you
not
shoot?
gonna land though. Falcon's still here, still fighting. Maybe the last one still alive for G2.
My god, Mimi,
Can the
please.
captain close
Yes.
it out with a clutch? First
Oh,
couple
nice
shots were
try,
nice,
but Amy.
But the next,
It looks as though it's
We
gonna
need
be a
Vanya
direct
to get a kill
B
with her ult, and then
approach from
Nello
Falcons
comes
Vega to
and
begin with.
swipes them with the Cypher. And we get all the info. 5
B
head.
is a site which G2 Gozen have often struggled to hold on to. Early raise nade coming in to deny the trap.
Straight.
Vanya's here. Both flashes intended to be used.
Oh my god, she was still
Nello the
stunned.
only
Why
one that
does she
gets
go so
value.
early?
G2 offsite, but look at the flank coming in. Oh, Mimi, wait, she just gets the double straight up. Peeking it right away. Nello the next. This could be it. A Neri last player remaining. A 1 versus 4. But G2's story on Fracture is one of coming right back in this series. After being so many rounds down on Haven, they are the team with 2 maps now under their
guys.
belt. Heading into the 4th.
Okay, during this
They
break,
feel like the reigning
I'm
champs
gonna
that
have
could
dinner. I
just
just
do
got
it
dinner
back to
delivered
back.
to me.
And now our Icebox,
4
could
rounds.
that be the
That's all I'm
answer?
asking for.
Give me the first player to spot any action going on, and Akita always in the feed. Just a single kill though. Mimi's still holding on to this space, behind her own smoke, trying to play around it. It's Alexi instead, as Falcons have the numbers. A 3 versus 1, but Vanya, all of her utility back in.
Mods.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down, and as you say, Vanya looking to pick up the first and is able
Funny
to
to say,
get
you're
that
nothing without
overheal as well
Petra
now.
when we are literally winning
Needed
the
it
series
cleanly.
so far.
And at the very least, Falcons have offered that first way back into the round.
Weird
Vanya still has 1 orb left, a chance to dismiss or devour. With those players spotted, it's more damage on the overheal gone. Falcons pathing around. This is a wrap behind Vanya. Has she accounted for this? She has! Quick dismiss away. One more target left, and Mary's only 17 points of HP. Over the top, Vanya
there's
goes.
No way.
Time working against her here, but might just have the killer.
Oh
read.
my
Vanya's
goodness,
score.
Vanya.
She done it. It's so close. I think it might just have slipped away from her. It was a damn good effort by Vanya.
No time.
But at the very death,
What do you mean
Falcons
nice?
do get the round,
Nice
which
try,
felt
you
like
mean.
it was guaranteed from the start. The streets were talking. Falcons in the tournament this year, of course, and onto the scene with a bang. G2
Are we getting
quickly
any kills?
having now lost the pistol. Head into this one with not all too much. The flank has been checked. Falcons have found some positioning off this as well. The outlaw of Neri will just tear right through them. Like the shield was there and then just smashed right through. Vanya in close proximity. Snello to shield up and maybe drive some of that attention away from her Reyna player, who dropping in, spots a Neri, finds the first, looking for more, getting out with it. Smash and grab. G2 Gozen in the rifle round, run rampant.
Okay, we only lost one weapon. That's quite nice.
Early utility for them to try and gain control.
It's hard to understand what you are saying.
Up in nest. When does she take the timing? Head spotted. Jet on jet. That's the first. G2!
Oh my god.
It is an emphatic way to win the next round. And not only did we have a bonus denied, G2 have reinforced mid.
As expected, I feel like
It's still a 5 versus 5.
Finish
There's
on
no blood spilled inside the server right now. Oh,
okay.
well,
I got the
devil,
info.
it's Akita. Incarnate. How many kills could she get from this position? I mean, it's quite an overextension to be still playing belt there after the dash away.
She started spraying.
It's not really an upgrade which has been retrieved just yet. Finally, it falls into the hands of Falcons, but not before G2 has managed to deal further damage.
They recovered the weapon.
And it's a 3v2 now, Alexei. She's been able to recover a rifle, but that's it gone. It's been completely shut down.
And time is running out, so even if Mary
she's
wanted
going
the
anywhere.
rotation, there just isn't enough bandwidth to try and support that idea. Has to go for it.
She has no time to go B. She has to commit to this.
But everything else works against her. You need the quickest, cleanest shots that you've ever seen.
Nice.
And it's just too many conditions that need to work out for her.
Honestly,
for Falcons to have any
get a couple
chance
more
here. So
and it's
G2
an incredible
are in
half.
front.
Come on. If that's
Falcons
what we
to go
get,
towards B this
I am
time, but
happy with it.
it's a question
I'm
of
not
whether
mad
or
at
not this
all.
positioning from Vanya gets spotted and is able to just pick up one
Oh,
dismiss
the repeat,
instantly.
the overheat,
Very quickly
overheat.
traded out by the Reyna on the other side of the server, and
Wait,
the
let me
kill
watch the
contract
duel.
we mentioned has been utilised, and Nello is good for another.
B.
And as soon as Nello knows, it's
Oh,
blood in the
the
water
timing.
for Falcons, but that is
So
a
unlucky.
huge kill. Camille could have just moved the needle enough to keep Falcons' heartbeat
We are still ahead.
ticking over.
Does
Tap of
Nello
the spike,
expect?
they're looking for an advantage here, and look, with the smoke placed by Aneri, push comes to shove, they needed a chance. Still top site is Amy, and with Mimi supporting, it's a double peak.
Oh my god, the
which
fights are
Falcons
so
can't
clean.
digest.
And we got an up.
G2 continuing to
Okay,
the kind of money that Falcons don't
get a pick,
have
please.
in this round. They've got ults to work with though, and with Mary finding that kill, Akita is just damn for the shorty in the ult.
Alright.
Coming in. Vanya's still alive, that's a problem.
Amy is investing.
Lockdown makes this thing a little bit awkward. Falcons trying to reposition themselves, but it's out into the open, out into the gunfire. But Falcons responding. Mary and Camille. Amy, the last player left.
Oh, it's a 3v1. It's a bit hard.
Isolation on this first, but I mean, how much further do you take it? The plant works against you, as does the time.
Check right.
Continually moving in a direction which they just can't get past. So a huge
It's okay.
retaliation
We
from
have
Falcons.
plenty of money.
Mimi's smoke timing is exquisite.
I think we
Falcons
just
have been stopped at the door.
Okay, Akita.
Akita finding another pick. This time it's right through the middle
overheat.
of the play. The belly
good.
of the beast. She sinks another.
They know they have
5
our
versus 3
B.
situation, and when
Kinda
Falcons
gave
find
B for
themselves
free.
on B, without the numbers, it's such a difficult sight when you don't have the kind of security.
We need
that
to
the first
expect
of the
this.
comps they
Oh,
were
we saw
running
her
had.
at least.
It's on to the duelists to do something here for
Oh
them.
my god,
But
Akita,
Akita
give her
is
an
telling
ace.
that story
Never
all by
mind.
herself.
Win
Third
the
kill
round.
picked up with the blades. Still, Falcons
Amanaki
walking
Pixie.
on the back of
I'm
their
so
feet.
sorry for butchering your name. Thank you very much for
Vanya
your prime.
another,
Thank you,
only
welcome,
Alexi.
welcome.
Phantom good for the first, but that's where this
Oh
one
my god,
ends.
this is already an
G2,
amazing
a fifth.
half. What are we cooking here?
And it's Akita looking to make the first move. We've seen her do this in previous
Oh my
rounds.
god,
and
she's so
good for one,
aggressive,
but Mary
Akita.
hasn't answered back.
Aneri missing. Trade of the Jets, but G2 have read this like a book out of the timeout. Ace stack,
so
ready
many
for the
people
duel.
here.
Falcons at times have been quite straightforward and direct how they approach these out of a pause.
Perhaps a little too
Do we
predictable
think they
at
left?
this point. And I think as well when
Are we
you look
gonna
at the
start
players
sending
on
people
opposing
B or
sides,
what?
of course, Mary and Mimi understanding each other's tendencies, perhaps.
Question is, how much has that changed in the time away? Vanya waiting on the other side of the smoke, placed by the IGL we were just speaking of. Mimi supporting the A site in proxy. She's not
Very
quite
nice,
good.
and gets
Camille
out.
could be back though, and with their ult invested, Falcons back in a strong
Oh my
position,
God.
but it doesn't last too long. There they go again, another 2 kills.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Amy last player left. Just when you
30
think
seconds
there's a
left.
moment of respite for
Spike
G2,
planted.
Falcons responding in kind. Exactly what was required coming out of the timeout, and it's probably in Amy's
I
best
mean, if
interest to
Amy
save.
can get
There's
Clove
a
and get her
whole heap of
weapon,
money available here. And if you find Camus, maybe there was a chance,
never
but
mind.
no, gives up the ghost.
Nice try, nice try.
Gives up the gun, not one that Falcons elect to take, but this might just be the perfect
Yeah,
storm.
Akita.
Falcons doubling down on their A aggression, but Akita lively still, just the
Akita
one,
is
and
going
that
a
doesn't feel
little
like
bit too
enough. Not
crazy
unless
on A at
Nello
times,
pops
I feel
up.
like.
Ooh, she wanted a little bit more there.
Ult.
Oh, but the suppression from the undercut's huge. One of the ult now
Oh
denied.
my god.
Huge counter from Mad V.
Go Mimi. Mimi
One
gets
more
this.
kill will be the icing on
Nice.
the cake, but Mimi stops it.
Mary 1
Down
HP.
A.
She's 1 HP, come
2
on.
versus 1 situation for Mary. Would love to heal off the first, but you're expecting that second swing as soon as she hits contact.
We don't know where she is though, that's a bit scary.
Creeping closer, G2, and that's where Amy will close it out. 6 to 4,
God.
G2's advantage continues to grow.
I feel like so
Mary,
many
then who
times they
else
just want to
is
rush
here
and
for
the
Falcons
aggression
right now in terms of kill
from
involvement at the
Akita,
very
and
least,
the
as we say,
utility is just so
utility
good.
is a rare
We
commodity
did not
for them
win
to
the half
play
so
around
far.
with.
So far it can be 6-6.
All duelists built to be self-sufficient. How can they support
Okay,
the rest of
get
their
it.
team? Nello thinks best of the kill contract. Another A hit from Falcons. Another
God.
ult
Let's
one.
go.
Her position under some stress here, but still
Okay.
standing up to set up the rest of G2
Now we
Gozen.
won the half.
Really, these rounds are too quick for my liking.
Come
Could be
on,
huge.
just watch Akita win
Does
this.
have
Watch it.
The shield in play. Akita goes right for
my
it
God, I told
and
you.
finds the fight anyway. And from that position,
And she gets
of
one
fight,
more.
she's still within
Ah,
safety.
almost.
Camille finally removing her from the bigger picture, but here's Nello, one back.
Yo.
G2 remain in front, but Falcons have responded, and Mary's kept
2v2,
it going.
2v1. They don't know where
Camille,
Amy is though.
much needed, but so is Amy.
Spike down
Another
A.
A-site reprisal.
Mary is
Walking back
1.
into this space before she struggled.
Does she
And now
expect
it's
on the
info
left?
game. Mary in
Oh
the
my
corner
god, she's not
again
gonna
playing
clear
with
on the
discipline.
left.
Who bites first?
My
It's
god,
a
maybe
game of timing.
Amy, be patient,
Amy
please.
looks the more eager to go ahead and see if there's a player hanging around as Mary continues to wait.
Please. I feel like if she has the call that
Now walking
Reyna
around the
is
side,
low.
Amy into the angle that Mary is holding.
Oh, she
Turns
saw her!
away. I don't
30
know.
seconds left.
Got to be the call from the teammate. You spotted her. Time to turn back, Amy. This could be the chance. Mary given the chance to plant. Closing in the
planted.
gap. Amy on the line.
Oh my god,
The
I'm sure
2v1
someone, a
converted,
teammate
and
called
the
that she
half
was there.
Asserted.
She did not see it.
Coming out from both sides, actually. And Neri looking for one,
Oh.
and the
They are
support
so-
of utility going back and forth is lovely, and it's Mary playing in that pocket, does not get cleared.
Come on, Mimi.
How much more can she possibly do? the bullets, respect the fact that she must drop back.
He
And
died.
with Mad V
Never mind.
collecting a kill elsewhere, it's only going to help build that Falcons empire. Huge kill, Vanya. Gets the heal. How much more health? She was still looking for further fights, so didn't maximize the value from the Devour there. Wanted to try and pull the wall over Falcon's eyes quickly. Amy with a clutch to end the previous half, but on 10 HP and no tools.
I mean, who said they are trolling?
From the start.
Miri looking to set Falcons up.
The
Pry
utility
away
from
map
Killjoy and
hands
Omen has
of
been
the
really
Gozen
good.
girls. Since making the switch, it's not going to get any greener here. In fact, it's not her sight that they're hitting, it's Mad V's. With damage onto Nello, it's the shield broken at the very least, but here is Mary again, arriving at the scene, responding where needed. G2, a kill there could have been everything, but from this position now, it's feeling a little bit damned. And
It's okay. We got a
only
plant.
one casualty in the end, the opening pick.
Certainly been a
Like,
tough
they
start
are
to the
literally
year for
playing
G2.
5 on A.
First time in a long time not being able to make that main event grand final, but coming into this one, Vanya, Nikita and Amy as well, just completely storming down that A site.
Very nice. Okay,
Thinking
Vanya.
about those Killjoy nano swarms, of course, of not even going to be on the bomb though, considering that Amy is having this lurk. I mean, G2 gonna have to take the Angels instead. They do have Nello's kill contract.
But that's the boombot just used. All the clearing utility. G2
Go
still
Akita.
up for a fight here and starting to win all of them.
1v3.
Absolute.
It's not looking good
Amy
for them.
already with her first from this mid lurk, which was
And
set
we still
up
have
from
Nello
the get-go.
ult if it goes
Gozen
bad.
now gearing
Very
towards
good.
10. Very first title of all the off-season events that she's played. Mid-season not able to pick up anything. And this round is a great opportunity for G2 to keep that momentum moving forward.
Guys.
They'll be without Nello, but the impact is
Nice.
already felt.
Okay, it's Camille
Camus
only.
Sheriff
And that's a
has
good
been
smoke.
otherworldly
Let's get
at
bombed
the
down.
best of times, but these circumstances don't favor her whatsoever. Top site plant is just an extra step away from where she can
Got
look
the
to
info
take
backside.
a duel.
Mimi.
The shots onto Mimi aren't
Oh
gonna land.
my God,
The
she
target-rich environment shoots back. G2 only
Okay,
need 2.
first title
Potentially here.
of the
How
year.
many times do you see this?
Come on.
There is nobody on B. There is nobody on mid. There are 10 players right up against the wall.
I'm telling you, it's deathmatch.
As it drops on A, and here we go. And Neri opening the scoring. One back from Vanya, one back from
my
Mad V.
God,
It's
what a
trades
clown
everywhere, but
fiesta of a
finally
round.
Falcons. They get in front when they needed it. Oh, they so desperately
God.
needed this round. Putting a little bit more presence on other ends of the map because they realized, wait, hang on a minute.
I mean, we mentioned B.
There were quite a few players on that A play. There aren't any now.
They are all B. Just run, 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 girls.
I am losing
Run.
my marbles right now.
Run. What is this?
Because there's nobody B either.
A is open. Let's go.
And it's the right reaction from
Run.
G2, right? Seeing that initial utility come out
What
from
the
Falcons
hell?
Vega on B. And just predicting, okay, they're all stacked towards this site this time.
Okay, they are all from behind,
Let's not get
guys.
silly. Who's on defense?
Oh
Who's
my
on
God,
attack?
what a
Amy first
what a
kill,
clown fiesta.
holding on to A. But G2 ready
Oi,
to
oi, oi.
receive. It's the blades on an Airy. They
Hide,
look
guys,
to try and
hide.
get things started. Camille following it up.
Ah,
Falcons
man.
again in the feed. Camille wanting more. And Falcons able to get it. Both Rainers dismissing. And Mary with
Jesus.
3 on the round. And another post plant for G2.
Okay, I mean, we get the bomb, we get the free plant
just
on
a
an
question
Nico.
of
I don't
how
mind that. I
quick
mean,
Amy
not
can get
Nico.
rounds
I
here.
lied. We have 3
Fully
weapons. I
running.
didn't see.
But look at the post plant this time. G2 have actually read the situation ahead a little bit and decided let's play towards screens. It's a little more preferential. Over the top goes Alexi, winning the first
Okay,
of those
we are
fights,
winning the
but it's that
trades.
back and forth
We are
as
tied
the
up.
pendulum
Oh!
swings. It starts to
Ah,
favor
the timing was so
Falcons.
unlucky.
3 versus 2 situation, but this late lockdown in middle is the biggest
Get it,
issue.
Mimi.
It's turned attention. Maybe only with the
Oh my God, Mimi!
But maybe that's enough for the Dane to put it all on display and to win.
Oh, please.
One
No
versus
way
one where
Mimi goes for
Aniri
the...
would be favoured, but
No!
Mimi is giving it a damn good go. The spike isn't halved. Is there time? Yes, there is. Aneri,
wait, is that time? I don't think there's time.
Own individual skill. Each and every
Oh
player
my God, that's
having
so
a
close.
moment on Falcons.
Okay, now we got the full buy.
Thrown at the wall. What's
But
going to
we
stick?
died.
Aneri, the headshot.
5 seconds.
Aneri's still going from the belt. The elevated position.
Okay.
The extra control. Falcons finding everything that they needed.
I don't like that we are just
All the shots
rushing
that they had
5A.
to hit. How many times has Amy been forced to face the music?
Oh my God, I almost jumped.
Keeps on giving. Here we go again. Back in the
No.
saddle. Amy is the second layer. She's late in mid this time around, rather than holding on to spawn. But the first
Amy's
half
also
of it
dead.
has to hold up. The other end of the bargain. G2 look like they're fading in the face of the Falcons right now. Still at 3v5, but that's very quickly taken away. It's flawless! In fact!
God.
I have
Oh
to
my
say
God, let's
it's
not go
a
mid
rather
to B.
perilous situation in the first place that we've been thrown
jeez.
into. And for G2 as well, just
Oh
pistols.
jeez,
That's what you
this
bring
is gonna suck for us.
to the 11th hour. The penultimate round with play extended all the way to the limits of
Mimi's so
regulation.
dead.
Aneri is here
Oh, maybe
on
not.
top of yellow. Here's the spike go down, but G2 needs space. They need kills, anything to work off. Falcons ready to constrict positioning through main. That's where Amy's coming in late, but these flanks haven't found the value so far. As Falcons
Mimi got one.
winning the duels. Oh, Kita knocked out of the
shit.
server by the boom bot. Alexi's still going. Mimi trying to provide something here. Clean first shot, but Amy's
Amy
arrival
killed the
could
diffuser.
never be
Shoot.
timely enough. And this is way more discipline from Falcons. Solo player taking the orb. This is the last line of defense for the site, and Alexi is gone.
Okay,
4
we have
versus 3.
man advantage.
Advantage G2. And so the kill contract comes
Okay,
back in
let's
from
go.
Mad
Please,
V.
Nello,
The
please
biggest
win this,
1v1
and
of the
it's so
map So
big.
far. She has the shield, she has the advantage, and she will win that fight for her
Okay,
team.
3v3
The
still.
captain holding the torch, the rest of the Falcons trying to
Where are
follow
we
it.
going? They are leaving A. They think we left A.
3v3
We are
in
just
play now.
slow push.
The pace
Oh,
just
this is gonna be
completely
nice for
slowed
us
down.
actually.
That Lear will
Got a free plant.
alert Falcons to know now that this
Oh,
Icecube
but
is
they are all
coming in on
coming
A,
from
but
behind.
again,
We
it's
don't
this
expect
flank
that,
time
probably.
and time again throughout this map.
Mimi has
the map
Mimi
is
has the
blitzed
game
once
right here.
again.
But Mimi's ready for it, and she's gonna at least get
she
the
saw
first
more.
of those kills. There's a TP if needed, a paranoia there
Flash,
too.
get
What
out.
she really
Yes.
needs is player numbers, support.
Get out of there,
She knows
Mimi.
that at least one of
I mean,
them
Mimi needs to play
is
for
heading
info, I
back from
guess.
this way, but not
Oh
the best
my
move. Now
God,
they do.
what a
It's
round.
Mary, the player
What
to
a round
end
by
it all
Mimi.
here on
Please
Icebox
win this.
and send us to a deciding map. That same 5th map.
Please win this. Please win
She
this.
would have won her first championship in with G2. Could she go against them here, as she has done all map long, and win yet
Time.
another? From beyond the grave, it's the smoke that goes up. A chance to play around. Mary has the first.
No time,
Needs
no
more.
time.
A Keita against her, but it's a Mary 2v1.
No
Is
time.
there time?
Right? No!
And so we will go
Yes!
again.
Oh my God, Nello is just talking shit. Let's go, Nello.
From home soil to what Falcons have brought for us here.
Open the door for my cat.
It's an early duel for Neri again. So good at first blood, but Vanya following it up. Mary right back. G2. Such a tough spot. It's got to
Okay,
be Nello
wait.
once more, but this
Oh
time it doesn't
God,
work
I
out
look
for
away
her.
for 1 second. What's
Twice as
happening?
many players for Falcons. Another chance. Another opportunity for Amy, which goes
Mimi,
missing.
1v3, I believe.
And so it must be Mimi.
Spike planted.
They have
Closing
no
in
idea
now
where she
from the
is.
flank. Not much
Never mind.
distance between them. Only one round
Okay.
in, but Falcons draw first blood.
It looks as though they have, because you see that rotation coming in now, Hazza.
And do G2 want to commit to this? It looks like they do. I mean, a minute on the clock. ISO contingency
Do we
goes
have any
out the
smokes
wall.
for this? We don't.
Better coverage.
We are ready
Alarm
smoked.
bot in sight to help
Okay,
support
we
the plant,
no
but that's
people on
huge.
top.
Both ISO shields removed. Now a chance to instigate.
Oh.
Alexi following it up. It's a brilliant use
Okay,
of the
okay.
undercut, but Amy's got an equal exchange. 3v3, but all of a
No.
sudden, things are getting worrying for G2
No,
Gozen.
no.
This might just be the round that slips the net. They still feel like there's an opportunity to
So
be
win the
pursued
ball.
elsewhere, so
Let's
back
just
to
go.
A they go with not a second to spare.
The thing is though,
so
if
just
Amy
go away.
gets this plant down Hazard, that Killjoy
30
lockdown
seconds
will
left.
be available. Of course, they've got a nano swarm left to be able to delay anything as well.
And a turret for the flank too. How many times have we seen Falcons go for this flank? It's something that they're going to be looking for again here as well.
Got the Killjoy ult. That could give us a little bit more time, I guess.
That spike
10
will go
seconds.
down.
I feel like
but
we assume they come
the
from
way it's been
behind.
planted,
We
Hazard,
have
it's
to.
a question of
It's
whether or not this
Oh,
flank
wait.
is expected.
well, Amy at the very least will get the value from her ult. This can't be cleared by Falcons without a deep committal. Hearts in
It
everyone's
was a little bit
mouths.
early. I don't
The
think you
first of
ever
those
get a
flanking
lot of
players has been
value from
spotted,
the
but
ults
how
if
far
it's this
into this
early.
does Vanya read it? Does she expect the rest of the
We
pack?
hear the steps.
Finally they're spotted, but still Amy is
shots.
absent. It has to be Vanya, but she's only good for one.
Oh.
Another 2v1 for Amy. Or we go all 5 maps. The defuse is happening under her nose. There's nothing that she can do, and that's gonna be it. 14-12
Oh my God,
for
how?
Falcons. They don't say this one's done yet.
We're going to get stuck right into this one, Hazard.
Begins with the attack towards A. G2 gathering their forces for the first of their pushes. Falcons backfilling the space. Players here. Alexi, here is that
that was a
Phoenix.
good
The
flash by them.
through, but it's Amy in the backside. Nello traded, but Mad V
Okay,
is the
Mimi
one
and
that holds the
Nello.
headlines. 3 kills picked up by her.
Spike planted.
Spike going in. Mimi repositioning Secret, joining up with her teammate, who's already a few steps
Oh my
ahead
God,
of the
that was
play.
scary.
Nello to nail Mary to the ground.
Okay, we have a suck. We have a
She
suck.
wins that head-to-head.
We have 2 sucks.
With the double up
we
here,
have
the
1
support
suck. What am I saying?
network is just too strong.
Very nice.
Nello with 3.
Just going back to the talking point that you
That's a lot
mentioned
of
with
info.
Mimi, we think back to the very first game changers in EMEA way back when. It was, of course, Nello that won that under 10-star Nova.
Still waiting to hoist another trophy, but it's rounds like these that
Lucky
you need
ta.
to lock in if you're G2. If you want to be comfortable enough to take the win when you can.
So low.
This is such an awkward
Nice.
end to the round, but G2 do get through it. G2 looking to put a quick end to things on Pearl with a bonus win, but Mary's denied it early doors. The Outlaw tells the tale. They know what to expect. Towards the other side of the map,
smoke,
still
of
players
course.
holding on. But it's the lane where it goes
Oh my
down,
God.
and in Falcons' favor. They needed this one, and it looks like they're going to be getting it
Vanya
with a
doesn't
quick
even have a weapon.
response.
If you could get one
Absolutely.
more,
You see the
I would be
players
happy.
ready to
One
punish
more,
any
just
sort
one.
of mid-aggression coming out from G2 this round, and it's Mary that kicks
Gets
things
an
off
orb.
with that
It's also
Outlaw.
not terrible.
Spike now. Left in nobody's land. Vanya just making
I
use
think
of
she
her time
just
here,
goes
being
through
able
mid
to
and
pick up
tries
that
to
orb,
get someone.
start working towards that dimensional drift.
Yeah.
Just got to be looking at min-maxing things. I mean, we have both ISO ults available into the next round. It could go off like a powder keg, as so many of these have. Madvi making damn sure that she has that ult.
I mean, it's not a
She finds yet
choice. They
another
are
kill
forced to
to
play at
continue
least
pushing
3
that envelope.
duelists.
It's Falcons on the board, though.
It's the rules of the tournament.
It's Madvi and me. Very much
Okay.
exclusive
Let's go
to the
Nello.
others in that
Oh, Shella
respect.
has a
Neri
pistol.
has been
Come
caught
on.
here in the ult. Nello not going to lose that. There is a
good.
counter, though. Madvi not yet thinking about it, but then when the shield goes on and the undercut in, it's actually hit her own teammate.
Flash.
So a pack of players on the G2
Oh
side.
my God.
Walk into Madvi, and that's 3. It's a quad, of course.
Spike
And with one
down
bullet
A.
left, there's only one more to find.
No.
And we highlighted Madvi before even coming into this round, Haza. Leading from the front. Not just as an IGL, but picking this ISO on Pearl.
I don't even know. Did we have another
Even just
flash
taking a
for
back
to
seat
pick
to things in
that?
terms
Maybe we
of
didn't.
How they're holding it. The setup remains, as does Mad V. Still
Why
one
is
bullet
Mad V
left in the
not-
chamber.
Yeah, why is
she
he not
wouldn't,
reloaded?
would she? Oh, it's not
Exactly.
going to happen for her. I mean, what a way to finish with a flourish. But it's Falcons again.
But it's a complete pace change from G2 coming into this one, Haza.
And as that crown could very well
Very
exchange
good,
hands.
Akita.
It's Akita that looks to put on the hero's cape in this round. With the blades drawn, it's an opening pick, the player pit is gone, and with
Very good,
Alexi
Amy.
failing
Get
to
that
clear the
weapon.
corner, this might just be the thrifty
Get that
return
weapon,
which G2
girl,
so
we need that.
desperately would have been looking for. Anything to just give them that extra 10% on a 5th and final map,
like
which the organization
positioning.
knows
We have
all
everything
too
covered.
well. In terms of the duels,
I don't
from
mind that.
Secret and
Akita's
Spawn
gonna...
side, Akita can't get any more as Camu cuts her loose from this one. The upgrade, the only one for G2, goes on to Amy.
Okay, what
still
do we have
holding
to
on
stop this?
the other side of the
we have the
cosmic
drone
divide. They have
coming
to
in.
make a play, but with the drone coming
we
in,
don't get
that's
the
the info.
diffuser, though,
The drag
but we have a
away from the
suck.
spike as the gravity well is placed. G2 all of a sudden would have had some comfort, but that is quickly lost. Oh, to the madness of Madvi again! She holds the line and she has the time.
Oh my
It's
god.
3-2 and Falcons somehow remain in front. It's the context of these rounds which is so important. With a full 2 days play behind both teams, and only a matter of rounds now separating from a new champ being crowned.
Where's the info?
potentially.
We know we have a free site.
It's weighing on G2's mental. It's back to A they go. The setup is here and so is Alexi. The Phantom finds the first kill and the damage on the second player. Nello removed. Madvi's still alive.
Careful now.
Spike planted.
Okay.
Akita looking to see if she can isolate a fight.
You got
but
this,
gets
Akita. You got
completely
this.
taken away with this kill contract.
While this is happening, we've seen Vanya
That's
reposition
right.
towards Art as well, across
she
the
was
other
back
side.
there.
Knew about Alexi, but she's the second layer. The brunt of the push is coming
Nello
in from
position is
backside.
huge here.
With Nello trying to hold on to this, the Phantom has to come up huge. Vanya's managed to bail her out, but Nello's gone
Come
without
on, Mimi.
a chance. Mimi,
suck.
the captain, dependable at the
Please,
best
Mimi.
of times. Madvi's done it. Can she go ahead
Please,
in
Mimi.
instead and find one
Time.
better? She's on
Oh
for it.
my
Only
god,
one
she clutched
player
that.
left. It's Mary. But it's her
She
former
clutched it.
captain that has
Come
done
no,
enough.
Mimi.
What a 1v3 to give G2 their third round.
Come nu.
Oh. Aderi has just dodged the ult and she's still flashed.
So
Vanya with the
blind.
judge. Opening pick.
Oh my
and
god,
G2
yes.
will continue
Okay, get
to roll
bombed
with
down.
the punches to keep that ball rolling.
Let's keep
One
it
round
clean. Keep
at
it
a time.
clean.
Falcons not done
She's
in
1
this one
HP.
just yet, but it's getting there.
Deploying drone.
Okay, can we get any info?
Looking for the group up for this re-engage. Flash
Ah,
start,
she
Vanya.
got really nice
Not gonna
flash by
win
them.
that one this time.
Here.
The damage limitation for G2 as they drop
Let's
back
not
to be
pick the
long.
up.
Still an opportunity for Falcons to try and win this, but with Akita
Job,
hanging
Akita.
around in the alleyway.
Okay, we got a suck.
There's
Let's
little
just
left
wait
that
for
can be
the
done
suck.
here. So much utility to fall back
That
on
is
in
good.
post-plant.
And she
G2
dies.
can keep it clean. Madvi
I'll
only
lose more
one
people,
more.
guys. Come on.
Her reign
Come
of
on.
terror ends in round number 7.
We
but
lost
those
how many,
rifles come
2?
back up.
No, just Mary commits into it, and it means that she's moved on to the knives for this round, Hazza.
Yeah, and it's another B play from G2. This one has some venom. Cosmic Divide there. I mean, it's a flash from Alexi just to deter G2 and maybe set up a
Okay.
Miri, but
Oh.
not much more comes from it.
Trade.
Does disrespect
She
the
got
ball at a second time of asking.
We just
and
go
with
back.
that, I think Mimi's ult has run its course here.
Spike even waiting on long still. They're so conscious of that potential flank, but move your eyes over towards Vanya, who's been able to pick up so much space, is calling to the rest of her team. Guys, come A. I've managed to find a free site over on this side.
Okay, now
It's
we
a
need.
long rotation though, and while
We
there is
kinda
time
need
to
Vanya
facilitate
to
this
push
move,
CT, no? To kill rotation.
what does the
She
call
just
end up
sits
being?
there.
The
It's
spike is
not
now
that
with
great,
Amy,
I
so
think.
G2 will be sending it towards A, and it's the timing from me.
Okay,
is
we are just
absolutely
telling them
everything.
we are.
Clean kill onto Alexi, and all of this is just a distraction. How much more could she?
Nailed them.
No,
Okay.
it's not happening. Mary's there.
It's
And
gonna
so
be
2
a
on 2,
very
but G2
slow
have time to set up.
rotation, I would feel like.
And Amy's still so cautious. Before entering into this site,
Can we get a forward position on CT, maybe?
does have that Hunter's Fury in hand.
Yeah, she should just go.
But Vanya,
Amy
hardly
just
risk
goes
averse
main,
at the best
no?
of times. Controller, duelist, she does it all. Looking for this fight on Falcons and Spawn, can hear the stampede of steps running her way, but of course it's
God.
Mary that kicks things off into the
Oof,
window.
okay, it worked,
And
but
Amy sends
I'm not sure if
Falcons
I
to the
play that
wall.
that way.
It is another round which G2 win by a thread. This is a roster which has been put together over a length of time, but as it continues to take shape, we have Falcons now into a retake. The full rotation has been made all the way around the world, but only with pistols, they're starting to win things out, and all of a sudden the round doesn't feel like a write-off after all. Camu sticking this behind the wall. It hasn't been cleared, not until Amy steps up. The safe pair of hands yet again. 2 kills already, only 2 bullets. Needs a little more and can't get it, so there you go, Falcons. Of all the rounds to win, it's another low buy.
Falcons have opted to go for a Sentinel this time, which isn't something that we've seen a lot from them this tournament. And they're still having to play retake with a lot of these rounds.
Trade.
Sentinel, it's actually Inari that kicks off this round with a 3K.
And Alexi is just going to walk it over the line. It's a flash and goodbye from the Phoenix. The peak is taken on by Mad V. I love this. Falcons staying active. 2 players for a backstab.
Okay,
2 players.
Is anyone watching the back anytime soon?
Ready for G2 Gozen, but are G2 Gozen ready for
Please
this
watch
flank?
the
Because
back.
it's coming
Please
in
watch
way
the back.
quicker than they can get ready to pull the pin on the
Oh
Icecube.
my goodness.
Alexi lights them
criminal.
up, knocks them down. The flash is there for fuel to the
Can't
fire.
be sitting there for like
Falcons
40 seconds
finding the
without
lead
checking
now.
behind.
I think it's the best seal of approval, the best quality assurance that you can get of a team in game changes. Can you beat G2 Gozen at a mid-round? And Falcons have done that a number of times now, where coming into this, as I said, Mad V against G2 Gozen, the record
I feel like usually people are not aggressive like that just because they don't need to be.
G2 going down. This was supposed to be the purchase, the chance to keep us even at the half. But Falcons have 1 foot in front.
Alexi.
And with a scoreline of 7-5, that just feels inviting. Alexi looking for it. The response is to take A main control, so at the very least,
gonna see a lot of people.
they know
Maybe
where
we
the push
just
is
go
coming
B.
in from Falcons. They're set up
Perhaps.
for this, but G2 need more real estate.
Revealing area.
We just run B? I guess not.
Ooh.
Spike is going to go down, but of course this push that's coming in, it's super delayed. I mean, Inari,
we know that it's coming.
invested the ult, but
there.
no capitalization off the back if it has a...
Yeah, Amy just droning right back, and now with the gun back in her hands, she beats out Vandy in the 1v1, and Neri, 3 kills. It's just Vanya. Oh, and it's not going to be enough.
Okay,
ever the closer.
Let's see what we got on defense.
As Falcons move in the right direction.
Nice try.
It's not just about the frags that she's been able to get, it's about that supportive util
Vanya
as
get
well.
1 and get out.
Vanya,
Or just get out.
it's a little bit too much for her to do solo. Drops back to the site, that's where the support of Amy is arriving.
Okay, Vanya,
it
let's
can't
go.
come too soon.
go,
As the
Amy.
recon reveals, Vanya rips away the players. It's all
my
headshots
God,
between
okay.
the 2 of
We
them.
need that
Akita,
and
the
clean.
one-shot bandit.
Of course, starting with initial aggression towards A main and looking to potentially re-hit this Haza.
But there are players
Akita
here
has
because
it.
Vanya's all the way up to
timing.
now as we
Please.
keep tabs on her position, Mary. I mean, either the quickest adjustment of all time, but how did she know? Falcons, they found a way in.
Need Mimi to
There
go
are
big
still
here.
players on the site here for G2, but they've got to do something about this before it gets too troublesome.
Got the plant
That's
though.
where again you look to Amy. So many times she has been
got
the
the
player
plant.
that holds together G2 Gozen. And once more, that will prove to be the case.
Are we going to defuse?
I mean, what are we looking for here?
Is it BM
Or is this just BM?
I think it's BM. I
Because,
honestly don't think
look,
that they're looking
if
for
you
anything.
want to
Okay.
go over to the stage there and see if we're getting verbal.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, I
I
would
mean,
love
Amy.
to know
Oh my God.
like
Amy
how
is
the
just
players
being a
have been
jackass.
reacting in between these rounds. I mean, I know
Classic.
that we can hear a little bit of the screaming from time to time.
The previous weather report suggested that
I thought someone was
quite
running
a
for a
lot of
weapon or
shouting
something,
going
but
on.
she was just...
It's going to be Mad V. She's got a shield. And looking at the mid-duel, it's a Neri
Ouch.
that walks away with 2.
I
So
mean,
this one might just be DOA.
The timing was just annoying
Quick
because
reaction from Falcons off
Akita
of those
looked
first two
away
picks
just
from
as the
Ineri.
smoke ran out, just to
Just
check
being
if there
able
was
to
anyone main.
walk
And at the
into
same
A,
time
and
they
they are going to
pushed.
have that added
hard,
pressure as
so-
well, of course, of
Get one,
Mad
Mimi.
V just clearing out
No,
all
you're
of
not.
main, but it's Mimi.
Maybe.
Oh, and the flash landed inside the smoke, so Mimi unblinded, still holding onto this space. The signpost at backside that's just trying to
Nice
establish
try. All right.
any kind of G2 authority, but Falcons walk all over them in the Red Bull gaming sphere.
Let's go, let's get in there.
Lexi getting suppressed on the way in, so can't use any assistive utility. Nello
Spam
has
that smoke.
stopped
Don't let them
Falcons
in.
from getting any further than that first smoke.
But all of this is a fake, Hazza. Look at this movement through double doors.
Now we
Down
got
towards
Amy. We
mid.
got
Spike will be making its way towards the
We got
B side,
Vanya
but
here.
it's the position of Vanya.
Her positioning in general so far on B, dictating the pace of these rounds, enabling the rest of her team to set up has been exquisite. The question on my
Does
mind
she
is,
hear
when
the
does the
plan
penny
from
drop?
there?
When does she realize that this is compromised? Currently back to the pillar, looking towards the initial attacking area.
Oh my
All
god, does
this
she
pressure
expect
created
an
by
area?
the players on B, adding those smokes down. It allows Mad V to move up, but Vanya takes her timing. I mean, it's all over the shop
no.
from Falcons
Oh
there.
no.
But Alexi waiting for more players. Oh, it's brilliant from Alexi. Cerebral.
We don't check that. We don't
And
check
with the
that.
discipline there, that's the advantage now back in Falcons' favor. Akita and Mimi, as I said before, two different generations of Gozen now combining to try and clutch this out to level the score at 8 each. It's Alexi
Okay.
that Mimi has to get past first, and she does it.
It is
A smoke to
winnable.
the spike, that will support, but playing around it is Ineri, still lurking in this position. That could about be the killing blow. Akita time playing against her 1v1.
Oh
but Mad
my
V
god,
isn't
and
gonna
she
let this
doesn't
one come all
pick.
too easy. She peeks out in the open, and it's Mad
At least
V
get half,
again.
no? You have a
Falcons
smoke.
in front.
We've been loving our duelist performance so far throughout this tournament, but back on
Yeah.
the role that she actually plays for Falcons back in Southeast Asia Game Changers. I mean, showing
Amy?
exactly why she is that primary sentinel for this side.
Only inheriting it this year, but already
Strike
making a
down
menace
A.
of herself. Amy's managed to pick up a kill back onto the site entry, but Falcons here still with better weapons. There's just no upgrade for Vanya. That first one tap that she hits just doesn't do enough to add a butterfly effect down the line.
Yeah, you're correct in saying that. It hasn't. It is still there.
But that's the trap play.
Oh my god,
and that's
let's go,
exactly the
Amy.
injection that G2 needed.
They don't
Amy
know about Nello.
delivering a fatal blow. Akita and Nello
Very good
right
trades.
by her side.
Oh, let's not
Akita
overheat.
maybe overheating a little bit in this
No
situation.
overheat,
G2
please.
can't afford
6
to throw
HP
too many
though.
numbers at this. You're not just looking at the round win, but the ramifications of it. Money's not the best. This was a 4v1, but now Camu only has 2 more targets in front of her.
30
I mean,
seconds
we
left.
cannot lose this,
Almost
please,
6
no matter
HP
what.
Though, has a full pocket of stars though ready and available, and that cosmic device
She
is
invests
going to
the
be
ult
committed.
as well,
Towards A,
and we
G2
invest the ult. I
realizing
guess
the
we just
situation
cannot
getting out
afford
of
to
hand.
lose rounds.
Vanya is watching
Okay,
over
so
it.
she can see it.
The fake out, the flash, all things which Camu simply has to disrespect. The objective played. Still with stars to work with, but you look to the gun.
I'll
and in
take-
the
I'll
Astra
take.
matchup, Mimi able to
We
win
traded
that,
ults,
albeit
but
the
I'll
odds
take. We
skewed in
needed
their
this round.
favor.
We cannot risk.
I don't feel that G2 got the best return on a round there. Camu did a lot of damage on her way out the back door.
Really nice micro stuff set up
You're dead.
from G2 so far, but
Okay, just
It's a
don't give
very
her a
quick
fight, I guess. Oh,
push
Mimi,
down
oh,
alley
Mimi, oh,
here,
Mimi.
It's Alexi running the length of it and
I'm
finally
glad I did
finding a
not see
kill
that.
before the ult fades
Okay,
away.
Vanya.
Vanya's op
Spike
getting the
down
first,
B.
that's the spike dropped. And,
Nello.
looking at this ult, it means that the push can only
Job,
come
Nello.
in from one direction right now.
Got spike.
Alexi trying to lead the line. That's where Mad V finally gets involved again. And Falcons are putting it all together. Another
Nello's
2-on-2. Nello and Akita, the blades
I don't
out
know
for the
Akita.
youngster. This has to be her highlight moment, but it's a Nary's show on the final map of Pearl. Falcons just 2 rounds away. Could definitely be something to behold. As we know, they weren't here last year, but now they have exploded onto the scene. Mary into backside. Vanya just didn't know where to look. There were too many players, too many Falcons on B site. Mimi has a sheriff. That's about the extent of it. You are looking
Alright, guys,
at a potential
GG.
championship point.
Unless, but I don't think it's an unless angle here.
And as good as she has been for all of these years, the last of the originals may very well be put to rest. The first kill picked up, but there's an awkward silence here which continues to favor Falcons, and there you have it. Camille at the death. This is pacey. Falcons into A main. Such key jewels.
No, we didn't lose the game on Icebox.
To monopolize the ultimate orb again, and so it goes to the hands of Alexi. Now the question is, did G2 read this?
If we
Last
lose.
time it was either end of the map and the Vice Wall. Will it be the same again here? Oh. This is the proactivity. G2 realize they need the info, but it may just come at the cost of their lives. Putting their heads on the line, and they hit the chopping block.
I don't think they could have done anything else in this round. They had to search for early picks.
To this title charge.
I don't think they could do anything else.
IGL and captain of the team took a risk when moving regions.
But it's a risk which looks like it may very well pay off. Only Vanya left, the MVP from 2024 can say goodbye to the title because it's Falcons to win it all here. London calling,
GG.
and they answer the phone. Falcons Vega!